Wells only and his guests are not responsible for any losses you may accrue for having weak hands. Where the haters at? Yeah, bitches still ain't showed up. And now, right, we got HEX, flawless uptime. People thought this was a joke. Now they're mad at the chart.
This is Wales only. Glad you guys can make it out. I'm making some claims that are pretty outlandish, but I can back them up. Boom. End of story. There is no other crypto out there, so don't get it twisted. If you don't understand where you're parking your money, you're gonna pay the consequences for that, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Boom. Right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest. Yep. That's it. Yep. That's the secret. The guy well told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. People motherfuckers still acting like they don't know. Appreciate that.
Like yeah,
I appreciate that.
100% safe. There's plenty of games left.
Valiant done told you. Yo, everybody said it. Man, hey, you know what it is, man? Everybody done told you. Y'all's deep. Everybody. My God. Ex-Asians, bro. Everybody. Australians, man. Everybody gets me. Yo, when is it told you? Dollar told you. Everybody done told you. It's crazy. Boom,
it's crazy.
Boom. What's going on, everybody?
It's so crazy.
Very crazy. What's going on, gentlemen?
Was it wrong I was doing the Tom Cruise dance during the intro?
Probably, yes.
It's pretty usual,
Yes.
Man, it's a good day, isn't it? Jesus. If you understand what's going on, you aren't doing anything but feeling giddy at this point in time. I mean,
I'm waiting for more emergency insights.
Well, yeah, we're hoping for more weak hands. If we're lucky, these buffoons will continue buffooning. Hold on, man. Jesus.
They coming to get you.
It was quiet until I went live, I promise.
Yeah, where's the chimes going on?
That's me. Yeah, I got to bring some chimes into the deal. Let's get some little
then he's bringing the good vibes to the bear.
Right, we
gotta bring the good
vibes.
He's cleansing this space for us all to win more games. I mean, rhymes, so it must be true.
I have no doubt people selling will continue to sell until they're out.
I mean, look, we got Icosa down here. You got HEX down here. I mean, T-shirts are like $500 a fucking. Woo. Yeah, 2 fucking cents a HEX. Yeah, man, this is amazing. I mean, again, let me harp on a simple mathematical fact that I think is crucial for people to understand. At this point, you can get, what is this, 50 HEX with $1 now?
Yep.
I mean, does that make any sense to you? I mean, can somebody please wake me up? I mean, yo, you gotta understand. I thought I've seen stupid before, but in crypto, you really see stupid. There's no other way to put it. I mean, 52 HEX per dollar right now at the current price. 50.76, just to be precise. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I mean, come on, man. 50 HEX per dollar.
Yeah, I'm wondering how low it's gonna go. It's quite interesting to see.
Yeah, and what's amazing is that Hex could be at whatever price, and it could be on whatever support, whatever level. I think it's lost on people that technical analysis doesn't matter when somebody says they're going to just press that button, whether it's up or down. It doesn't matter. And I've talked about this for a long time, and you kind of see that in the Hex chart now. It just has these weird angles. It's just like this long downward sloping drag.
Yeah.
It's not like a sharp down move. Now it's just dragging lower. You know what I
It
mean?
doesn't really have a decision.
Yeah, it's really weird, man. It's really, really weird. I don't know. Make some plots, and maybe we can talk about like what's going on under the hood. Because the most interesting thing about crypto is that if you're looking at a real crypto, there's data underpinning what's going on in the price. So if you know how to extract the visuals of that data, well, you can kind of get another unique picture as to what's actually going on in the market, right? Because this is what we really want to know. People don't really care if you're a long-term investor, right? Like that this is just interim period of time. You don't really get lost in the sauce as far as the price is down, blah blah blah. Whatever these short-term people be doing, I don't know. I don't concern myself with all of that. But you guys get what I'm saying. It's those it's those people that are living quarter to quarter type, like that Wall Street frame of mind where, how we doing this quarter, how we doing next quarter. Like if you can't see past the quarter, bro, you're gonna get left behind. I mean, look at all the people that sold BTC back in the day. I mean, this has been the whole premise of the investment since day one. This is why, for me, it was easy for my t-shirt to keep it pretty simple. Every stake I make, why not? I mean, what if you did have that BTC from 2010 split? You would work with it.
Yeah.
What people don't think about. They think they can fucking trade their way to freedom, but they're not good at it.
Well, yeah, what I find funny is that the people that were saying like, oh, you got lucky because you could buy this early and price is
Right.
low.
Right.
Almost. So some of them are actually, they see opportunity now, but a lot of them are actually the ones that are whining right now. And I'm like, yeah, well, what do you want? Do you want low price or do you want
What's going on, brother?
to be in later?
Nah, you muted, man. Okay.
What's up, guys? How are you?
There you go.
I liked it
brother?
better when you were muted.
Yeah.
Okay, just not to be the only one, but it's okay.
There you go. Stop trying to win in Rome, right? As they say.
Yeah. Now people know it's really me. So okay, let's keep it. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hello.
Doing good, bro.
How are you?
What's happening, man?
I've heard of Proof of Beard.
I've heard of him too. I think he
the
makes
most
very good
alluring-
videos, I think.
He's the most alluring character in Hexago.
The most what?
Alluring.
Alluring.
To your point,
Meaning mysterious to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
The beard hides in his beard.
Right, the beard hides the face.
To your point, Wales, people trading Hex, I can't get my mind around people getting emotional over the price because Hex, it's a staking coin.
Right.
Longer pays better. I don't know what people are missing in their brains about it. Like, I can only speak for myself. I staked out yearly from 1 to 15. And I had a few more stakes. Now I left a little bit liquid in case something went bonkers, which it did. So I was glad I had a little bit left liquid. We had a sacrifice. But there was a point where I thought, it doesn't matter what the price is if I'm in it for 15 years. It doesn't matter. So I think the people that are a mess about it aren't staked.
Seems to be the
So,
case.
in
Well,
my
yeah, that
opinion, if you're not
plus,
staked, you're doing it wrong. You're
and
moving
if you're
people who
whining,
aren't
you're
even in
doing it wrong.
hex.
Agreed.
It
I think
boggles my mind. But I think a lot of it's just the immaturity of the space. A lot of young, no offense to young people, a lot of young people. I saw this during the .com bubble.
I mean,
People
it
quit
helps
their
to
jobs
know
to
and have
day trade.
experience always, right? No matter what it is.
I thought we were
I
friends. Never
saw
mind.
I saw a bunch of my friends day trading during the .com bubble, and I just said, I just need to stick to construction. I don't know anything about this, and they all went broke.
Mm,
And it took a year or two. It took time,
yeah, it takes time. It's
but
not
they
just
went broke. They all went
it,
broke,
there is
and
pain
I
in
was
the
like,
interim,
that sucks.
and that pain is the learning lesson that everybody has to pay. You know, nobody is exempt from having to pay that cost of learning those lessons of playing. You know, swimming against the current. In short, that's the best
Yeah,
way to put it. You know,
yeah,
because when you're day trading, that's the biggest risk that you run is swimming against the current. And
yeah.
if you've never been in water where you happen to find yourself going against the current and you're just a little old human, well, let me tell you, water doesn't forgive at all. Water don't give a fuck. Water gonna just drag your ass wherever it want to drag you.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah,
That's a really good analogy.
well, that's what it is. You know, this is why people. I mean, the biggest misconception around day trading is the fact that people think it happens daily. In fact, it does not.
Yeah, that's right.
It does not
That's
happen
right.
daily. And you know, unless you've been around, you just don't know. And this is why I don't bother talking about speculating. For what? I don't have the time. You know, I don't have the inclination. I don't have a desire. I rather set it and forget it. Period. I'll see this motherfucker in 10, 15 years. I don't have to worry about it. Because that's the point.
Yeah,
Rack up. You know, we get to buy the dip every single day. Every day.
that's
We're
right.
fortunate.
The
Yeah.
funniest part
That's
is like
right.
they have all the information, like
Oh yeah, it's
the
out there,
people
bro.
when people say they do their own research, right? The funniest part is like they have a decade of information at their disposal of past performance, right? And if they say they do whatever they do, magic voodoo, TA or whatever, like everyone says they do whatever, it's like you got 10 years. It's not like you got 10 years of something doing it and then you got something 7 years and you're having so much. So it's like how successful can it be in the future? And
Right, right,
two,
right.
what are you complaining about? Like this shit's been doing it from since day one.
Yo,
Everything that's occurring right now,
this
if
is
anything, it's like look at like behind the scenes, like we're 10 times better than we were 5 years ago. So why are people
exactly,
tripping? I don't get it.
bro. Look,
It's like
this is
it's like in 2004, 13, 14. Do you think we could just like come on here and do a live and like say like,
yo. We
oh
couldn't
yeah,
do none of that.
I'm in crypto and I've been buying it and I've been
Motherfuckers is
trading
not
it.
even talking about crypto on YouTube in those days. Do you
Why? Because
remember
you
that?
bro,
That shit was not online, bro. Like you had
you
to
couldn't even
find
tell
it.
people.
Yeah, you had
Yeah,
to find it
you had
definitely.
to find it. And it's like people do not understand what crypto is, and this is the problem. I think this convertibility to making it like everything else or trying to is exactly what has people confused, right? Because as you was just
Yep.
saying, famous, like yo, people are out here pretending that they don't have all this information. You know, when I approached Hex, I was literally looking for the next Bitcoin setup. Literally, that was the premise behind every statement I've ever made when it comes to Hex. All of them, all of them. And people act like I was talking about some new, some right now shit. Now, anytime I did make a numeric prediction, I backed it up with what could, lead to those things actually happening. But predictions are predictions. You're a fool if you believe it, and that's always been true, right? So anybody banking off short term shit, you set yourself up for failure from the jump because that was never what this was about. So
They don't know how to live by and die by the sword. But if you
that's right.
expect short term success, well then you should expect short term defeat. Like as fast as you could win, you could lose. And then people
So
are just
true.
like, oh, why did I lose everything? Well, dumbass, it's like you just gave the fucking
Oh, why?
25-year-old. It's like you just gave the 25-year-old the bank that cokes himself up every Saturday
The
all
keys,
your
Oi.
money to invest in what he thinks does.
the
It's like
fucking keys, baby.
it's the same
Poked him
thing,
up.
bro. It's like, what are you
Poked him
doing?
up.
Bro, no, but think about it,
I
man.
love
It's
it.
like people go in all in, and then they expect the end result to either be super amazing, but no, it cannot be super dramatic. It cannot be super fucking endless. Like, oh my god, this is the worst that's happening. And then people are actually pissed off that it still hasn't hit 99. It's like, dude, when shit goes to zero, it hits 99. If it hasn't hit 99, why are you tripping? Why are we tripping? It went from, I had this out. I was looking at this and I was dying of laughter. If you go look at the actual, this shit went from $31 back down to 191. Then did fucking $1,000, went all the way back down to 100 and something. Like, I don't, it's done this many times.
Yep.
Bitcoin has done this many times. So it's like the curve is, you know, that curve that people always talk about, that like, oh,
Right.
somehow it's done.
Yeah.
It's somehow done. It really is forming there. It could still go up, but not that much up. It'll go up at that like exponential flat, dying curve. But that's okay because everything else is just gonna go back up also. I don't know if you guys want to explain that a bit more to the people, but like for me, I'm just looking at it like if you just see everyone talking about it, business getting into it, your grandmother asking you what the fuck a Dogecoin is. If you're at
I mean, that's what I call a
the
sentiment check.
fact that like
That's what I call
for
a
me, it's
sentiment check, bro.
it's,
You get what I'm saying? Like when people that don't talk about crypto are talking about it, the jig is up.
100%.
Right. Oh yeah, Elon going on Saturday Night Live was the top.
All right, for example. Yeah.
Before he went on was top. Actually.
Correct.
And what I'm learning now in this bear market is that it takes about 3 cycles until you can actually do something about it. Because first cycle, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Second cycle, kind of knew what it was happening, but I couldn't really do anything because I wasn't sure enough.
Yeah.
And then third one, you as sure as hell know what to do.
Well said.
It's just all learning. Everyone's whining and just crying on Twitter and not learning. They're just
not trying to, for sure.
We talked about it.
They're just really like people on Twitter need to understand like it's some people are in it and you hear it you hear it how they act. Who's been in it understands it, right? But the people that don't, that come in and they think they know it because they've been in it like some people say, oh yeah, I was in it in 2017, but then you hear crickets from 2018 until they hear Doge pop, then they're like, yeah, I've been in since 2017, and you're like, okay, no, you don't understand shit.
Exactly.
They didn't go through the scare of like people being scared that they're gonna take it away from us, and then they can't take it away from us. So exchanges came, and then the fact that they tried to stop exchanges, and then people got scared because exchanges are gonna go down, no more Bitcoin, no more nothing, and then that didn't go away, and then now people are thinking that the government's trying to like control it and censorship it, and it's gonna go away.
Again,
I don't know. The next thing is gonna be like, oh, the money is hyperinflated or some shit. I don't know. Maybe this is like we're looking into the crystal ball, and like for us that are more advanced, we can see how the actual paper is changing. Like I don't know, the fact that we are okay and people don't realize what we realize. I feel like I don't know if it's gonna. I think it's gonna come sooner the end of paper money. I think now because we're more awake, we could see it approaching sooner than other people.
For sure, I agree because it's like, well, people can explain it now. It wasn't like before where we were all just fucking like, like that John Travolta gif when he in Pulp Fiction, and it's just him in that room and he's just looking around because he's by his damn self. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that anymore. Now, it's a bunch of us now. And just to highlight Mitch's comment, I agree, and I've been saying it for a while. These are all the same people that don't want to participate in actual crypto. They want exchanges, they want all these middlemen. But you don't
Yeah,
need
that's
that.
fucking crazy, dude.
In fact, that they're clearly a bug, not a feature. You know, as we've seen, as RH has been saying, as I've been saying, as a lot of us have been saying. You know, this is not news. You're just now seeing it in your face because you thought people were making up shit.
I
And nah,
find yeah,
nobody's
that's
making
all.
shit up.
That's interesting because I find it very interesting that there's a lot of critique on hexagons or maybe on hex or whatever, and a lot of FUD right now,
Uh,
and and every time I just look at it, I'm like, okay, so what other place in crypto has actual individuals that are sensible and talking about stuff that is factual, like
oh
not
wait.
no promises behind it, just hey, this is data
Mm-hmm.
and we like to look at data
Yep.
and we don't like exchanges, but everyone else likes exchanges and gets wrecked by them. And
Yep.
so
Funny,
who's
right?
like, that gives me a lot of confidence that we're still right and we are so ahead that yeah, sure, price can be down, but I'm still right. Like
Pretty
what
much.
what
Well,
changed? Nothing.
people who have been introduced to crypto by exchanges that buy on exchanges have as much knowledge about crypto as a no coiner.
Well, yeah, they are no coiners. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like I'm in crypto. I'm in crypto. Where'd you buy your
Mhm.
crypto? Robinhood. Oh, no
Yeah,
coiner.
nah. You know how many people I've heard that say that's
Wait, what shit?
I mean,
People,
yeah.
people don't even understand. They're like when I'm trying to onboard people, I'm like, yeah, get every exchange you can. Like, fuck it, if one has it, who gives a shit? Get all of them so you have the
Yep.
ease to do, get in how you want. If one goes down, you could get in with the other one. You could get out with one. Just do it, and understand that certain ones you don't need KYC, and there's certain ones you should have a KYC because there are perks. You know what I mean? I don't know about you guys in America, but for us and outside of America, there's so many perks. Like, dude, like with my Binance right now, I could go get gift cards to every store I need to eat. You know what I mean? So if someone's willing to have a free bank account, like it's okay. I could eat, clothe myself. I could get gas.
yeah,
I
you can do
could,
what you gotta do.
I could buy from my fucking Nintendo points, my
Yep.
fucking PlayStation points. I could go get my cell phone. I can do
PlayStation.
everything.
And if
Any
you
business,
have your
like
PlayStation points, what
Marshalls.
else you need?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, what else you need in life, bro? Come on, man.
Yeah,
Serious.
come on. It's all about
PlayStation points.
well,
No, but if you want,
Nintendo points.
I'm just saying it's like
To be
it's big, bro.
fair,
Think
It's a
about
joke,
it. But
bro.
think
It's
to
all
about
be
it.
good.
fair,
Like,
Nintendo points are the most important, I think, because then you can
know what I
split Smash
They have
Brothers.
Marshalls. Look, in Canada, they have gas. You could buy gas from the actual gas pumps, right?
Ooh,
So you can
nice.
actually get like Petro Canada and go
Yeah,
get
you
gas.
just have
Like,
fucking credit card.
You can actually use it like
Dude,
you
we
can
can.
actually use. So when people say like you
money.
can't use your crypto in life, I'm just like,
It's
okay, but you
crazy.
don't understand how it works, right?
It's
Because I
really
could buy my
crazy.
cell phone, I could buy my like I said, gas. I could buy food. I could buy groceries. I could pay for the bills. Like I could
Nintendo
buy the
points.
TV,
So
like
let's talk
your
about that for
internet.
2 seconds because people don't understand the transfer of value. You know, we've talked about this for a long time in this community, going back to the early days, really. You know, what happens when somebody's saying, let me get, that drink for some money? You know, what's happening? A lot of people don't understand what's actually happening under the hood of that transaction. Somebody's saying, let me get that fiat or that money in exchange for this drink that you want or something, right? That the other, when you're thinking about something else where it's not an exchange of currency value, that's called barter, right? In this instance, we're just talking about, a straight up transaction from, money for goods and services, right? So when you're talking about exchanging money for a good or service, that money is supposed to be worth something. That's number one. And the fact of the matter is that the money that we deal in is worth nothing. Period. It's not a debate. That's a fact, mathematical fact. This is exactly why when you look at these damn prospectuses for these stocks, the par value is zero. Now, what do you think is the difference between a stock certificate and a Federal Reserve promissory note? I mean, these are things that you got to be able to answer when you're really talking about value, because these are the true statements that determine said value, right? So if you're talking about a stock certificate, well, guess what? A stock certificate is more valuable than a Federal Reserve note, because do you know who holds all the stock certificates? Because no person that owns a stock actually does. See, so all these people that have accounts holding stocks on E-Trade or Skytrade or wherever the F, they're not actually holding any stocks. They're
Yes, it's
holding a
Trump.
claim.
Yeah.
So they've been further removed from the ownership scenario. And people don't even know this because they just don't know. And this is why I'm of the mind that this whole idea that a 20-minute YouTube video does it is flawed. You're not getting anything from that. That's exactly what has us where we are today, period. Everybody's lost. Nobody has a fucking clue. To the point that they think that they're going to get their information from mainstream media. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how stupid are you? You gotta be pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, like, come on. After the last 2.5 years, like that, the niceties are done, bro. Like, you a grown man and woman. Like, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up.
Speaking
Well,
about
when the
wake the fuck
blind,
up. Next time you tell someone, okay, and I just changed my country. Let's say I was in the States right now, okay? I got over 300 places I could buy stuff at. So I'm gonna give you the big ones that you guys probably for sure know: Domino's,
Right.
Lowe's, DoorDash, Airbnb. I could use Uber, Uber Eats, Macy's, Delta Airlines, Nordstrom, Sam's Club, Gap, Starbucks, fucking Whole Foods, Dick's Sporting Goods, Grubhub, Southwest, Old Navy, fucking
Bro, we don't got all day for this list, bro.
Adidas, Chipotle. Fuck it, I'm gonna end it with Chipotle. You could buy Chipotle with this shit. It's just people aren't aware that it's happening in the world. This
Yeah.
is available for
Mhm.
everyone, and I feel like maybe we just need to have the conversation with people and show it to them and say, "Hey, it's happening. You just have to be willing to understand what comes with the risks of involving this." And I'm sorry, I'm not really an American, but I could for sure say that if you guys in America allow this to occur, it will cause a massive need for cybersecurity, which I don't think right now your money is focused on that.
Yeah, look,
Let's be honest, like that's the problem.
the money here is digital already. That's number one.
I see a lot going on you.
You know what I'm saying? The money here is digital already. That's number one. Number two is that they wish they could do the things here that they do everywhere else, and they can't. A lot of the things that happen here financially don't happen elsewhere. And that's because of how the laws are set up here. So the way they do things, it has to be done by manufacturer consent. And what that means is that you're ignorant to how things work. And that's a fact. That's not an opinion. Just look around. Why are you broke? Why are you struggling? Why are you working a crappy job? All these things are due to your lack of information. It's not because of anything else. Why am I who I am? Because I decided to look up certain bits of information. That's all. I'm no different than anybody else. I just said, you know what? I need to know that shit because nobody's going to fucking make me rich. I just figured that part out early. That's the only difference between me and most people. That's why I know what I know. That's why when I walked up to Hex, I understood the transfer of value. I understood that if I'm saying I'm buying some shoes, I'm getting these shoes really for free because these Federal Reserve notes are worth nothing, but I'm getting them for doing this stuff that I'm doing. So because everybody accepts them, it's okay until it's not. That's really what it boils down to when you sit there and think about it. Because what if people stop accepting that monetary item that you call the dollar? What then? Things change, don't they?
You see it happening everywhere, right? It's just a matter of time.
That's right.
well, I already know what berries are poisonous and what berries aren't. So I'm just gonna go to the berry patch.
There you go.
My
The
turn.
berry patch.
That's a great way of
Just
putting it,
gotta-
though.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a great
I
way
had a
of
guy.
putting it.
I had a guy who told me that one time. He's prepared. He'll outlive us all.
I mean, you gotta be prepared, right? I mean,
Well,
it's not a joke out here. We don't know what's gonna happen nor when. We can't control it. It's not our financial system. It's just gonna happen. That's all we know. That's a reality. That's the reality of our situation. And I think a lot of people don't appreciate that enough. Or maybe they don't understand it because it doesn't make sense. And I get that that doesn't make sense because it doesn't. You know, we're here talking about these things, trying to warn people. You know, that's the main reason we talk about Hex, is to warn people. Me and Famous were talking about this last night. In fact, 12 hours ago we were talking about this shit. We're warning people. We benefit regardless. We're set up for success. People that are properly staked, got crypto, whatever, whatever, they're not out here trying to live off of it. They understand they have to be in two systems. They're good. Period. They're not worried about a thing because they understand the mathematics behind the situation. Because we don't have a choice. We have to live in both systems. You know, we don't have the option to not. Does that make sense? Like, we just got to do it. So what else are we supposed to do?
We're doing it. We're living in both systems. I think the key is teaching. It's so hard. It takes so much time to onboard people correctly. I have to sit down face to face with people to onboard them correctly. My buddy Matt and me, I saw a tweet today. Yeah, my onboards are calling me. They're all scared of this and that. All of our onboards are buying more right now. They're buying. They're all buyers because they understand, because we took the time to, especially Matt. I mean, Matt's phone is open 24/7. He has these people calling him all the time. Mine also, because we all told him it could go to zero. Don't put more than you can afford to lose. All blah, 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 blah. It's going to take time. It's going to take 10 years. You might as well stake it for 10 years.
Right.
Because I think that's what it's going to take. I remember when Matt first told me that, I was like, ugh, really? That was my knee-jerk reaction, was 10 years. And it's so funny. I wake up and say, well, of course 10 years. Yes. And I'm an old dude.
Brand new market.
It's like you value your time. Like, it's easier to wait when you're older than when you're younger. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
I could have never done this in my 30s. Ever. I'd have just been a pleb. Now, at 50, it's like 10 years, it's nothing. 5 years, nothing. A year goes by in 2 months. Christmas is over. I can't believe it. Like, where'd the month go?
Hilarious.
We're right around, in my old brain, we're right around, both stands around the corner now. Even if it's 4 to 6 more months, which I'm fine. It can drop in 2025 as far as I'm concerned. I don't care. We flush everybody out.
I reinforce it with I reinforce it with people by giving them the numbers of what they've actually done, like regardless of the price, right? I always tell my onboards, like, if you come to me with price, first of all, because I'm Canadian, I tell them, if you have your chart in CAD, I don't want to talk to you. I tell them, first of all, you put that on USD all the time, and so you can understand what's really happening. And then I look at them and I say, okay, you have to understand one thing. When you're into this DeFi, I mean, I'm talking about DeFi, right? Or like liquidity providing or all that stuff, because they ask me questions like that, regardless of HEX or other things. I tell them, listen, when you are doing DeFi, when the price goes lower, means that it's cheaper for you to get the same rewards. So that means that if you're putting the same amount of money in, which is always amazing to do, which is DCA, is the number one thing to do. Why wouldn't you do it? You're doing that for your life. You do that for yourself, right? You're always investing into yourself every day. Why? Well, because you're supposed to be better every fucking day. That's the whole way it works. Well, it's the same thing with your investments. So I tell them, that's the way it works. Don't look at that. Just look at what the outcome is. Don't look at the price. Look at it. You're still making, how much did you make? 10% APY on the actual, you're averaging that, right? Oh, you're averaging daily that. That's awesome. Isn't that consistent? Don't you like that? Isn't it like a business? And I compare it to a business that's generating the same income and you have the same expenses every day and it's good money, right? Oh, well, that's good money. Perfect. Accept it. And then what happens if it goes to $1 and it does that? Then you have this and I show them. And then the next thing you know, they forget about the price because they're like, oh yeah, it's true. That is what happens. It's like, well, if I'm going to sell this house for $700,000, buying it at $350 is a deal. No? Fuck yeah. But why can't people do the same thing with their crypto? They don't understand the possibility. Like it's like, it boggles me, right? You speak to intelligent people, not the people who are like a doctor. I'm talking about business oriented people, and they're like, whether they're in real estate or whether they're actually in a business and retail or the goods, products and goods, and you're looking at them and explaining to them the same thing of crypto, but they're like, oh, but it's not real. Like, what do you mean it's not
Yeah,
real? It's
yeah.
here. And then they're like, no, but like the volatility in this, and it's like, well, I don't want to buy it now. It's going down, or maybe it could go down more. I'm like, okay, so you'd be buying $1 million house, and you think $1 million house will go lower, and sometimes it's just like you have to make people understand what their own experience is and make them relate, and then they're like, oh, okay, now I understand crypto, because they think crypto is just this like currency, but it's not just currency. It's more than that. I find it's more than just currency. When you look at the crypto, it's like a stock. It's like a I don't know how to explain it. It's more. It's like it takes all the characteristics of what we know in business and just puts it in one thing and says, okay, now whatever you want will happen. You guys do this, not us, and that's how it works.
Well,
I don't know if you can.
It's a different language, right? When I was first introduced to crypto, I didn't know what they were even. I kept hearing about blockchain, and I didn't care then, and I don't care now. When I put my checks in the bank, I don't ask them what software they're running to process my checks.
Good point.
Ever. Is my check available? When's my money going to be available? And they tell me, oh, it's available right now, or it's a hold for 5 days, or whatever. I don't say, well, are you using a Mac or a Dell computer? What computer? Oh, I'm not using you because you're using a Dell. I don't say that. That's where people get.
Sadly, there are people that are like that.
The techies, and I appreciate techies. I appreciate devs. I appreciate all that. They're not the ones who are going to make crypto become adopted. It's all the normies out here walking around in the real world that will make for crypto adoption. And those are the people who need the education. And it takes years for DeFi. I'm just now starting to understand it. Oh, me and the code. Tell a random person you in the code and see what they say. Huh? Well, I don't even know what that. I don't even know what it means. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it meant.
So if I bring money to a exchange, then it's also code, right? That's how it works?
Yeah.
Right? No.
No, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just talking.
Well, it's I always find it very interesting. Like Wills and I often say, I think, I don't know if we say it on stream a lot, but we definitely tell each other a lot, like, what else are we going to do? There's nothing really out there. Like, what else do we have to do? Not much. Like, we just go for this. And if it fails, we just, I don't know, build something better. But until then, we just sit tight and learn about.
I mean, this is the time that I'm onboarding as many people as I can in the real world. I'm not going to fight over the same 10 people on Twitter. It's irrelevant to me. Everybody, whatever. It's these people that are no coiners that don't understand crypto, but they trust me. They trust my buddy Matt. We have long relationships with these people, and it's taken months of talking to them. And now my brother's ready to buy now. My brother was not ready to buy at 20 cents. I told him, the hex price is down to 2 cents. He went, huh?
Perfect.
He gets some because he's smart. He gets it. He's like, he'd rather buy low. It's like, and he doesn't know anything about crypto. And after I'm done onboarding, he'll know nothing more. And he won't need to. Just stake it, forget about it. That's really, with Hex, that's all it is. You buy it, you stake it, you forget about it. It's boring. So boring. I love Richard's analogy. If you had a CD in the bank, would you go look at the bank window at 2 a.m? Look at it. Is it there?
I haven't heard that
just
one.
So perfect. Oh, he says he has some gems, man. He has a million gems that just make so much sense. And it's like, I just got to be careful the next hype cycle. Hopefully my brain's trained, because when we were in the middle of the hype, I was like buzzing, watching my wallet go through the roof. Luckily, I didn't get stupid on Twitter about it, but it was exciting. It was really, really exciting. And then the dump, there was that depressing feeling at first, and now I'm like, go lower. Do whatever you got to do here. We got to flush out. Everybody's got to get flushed out before Pulse Chain comes out. They have to go.
Yeah, wouldn't
I
that
don't
be
want
great?
hundreds of millions of HEX to get copied and be perpetual dumpers. Just as much HEX out of the system as possible. And the transfer of wallets is beautiful right now. It's like 3-to-1. It's like 3-to-1 wallets buying up.
Oh yeah.
So great. Yeah, 3 or 4-to-1 even. So the wealth's getting transferred is perfect. It's a perfect setup. I don't know what the time frame is going to be on it, but we'll see. I'm no TA guy. Again, I'm just a construction dude. I don't know. I'm just enjoying talking.
I'm just a construction dude.
I don't know. I don't know anything about.
I just build stuff, man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just build stuff. I don't know anything about the tech end. I can barely turn on a computer. But it's fun talking to y'all and learning from you guys. That's for sure.
I really appreciate meeting different people from all over the place. To be honest with you, that's the one thing I appreciate the most.
Cool, right?
It's just getting, yeah, man. It's really awesome to, to hear other people's stories about how they have to go visit places in order to meet cool people and see new things and understand new things, and like we're able to like organize how we interact with each other in our community is like all over the place, right? So it's like you figure out we're not too different and then nothing, and like it's cool to know that the truth actually is out there and we're able to acquire it, because it's like we're lucky enough to be in this path, all of us meeting each other and being able to affect each other. And that's why sometimes I don't act serious, I'll be honest with you. I'm still 31, whatever, man. I like being a joker, but at the end of the day I take it serious, because it's like we could actually do really good with what we're trying to achieve all together. It's just, I feel like this community just needs to work more as a team. It's as if it's just a bunch of Michael Jordans in a room thinking they're all Michael Jordans. It's like, that won't work. Imagine you could play with 5 Michael Jordans at a time. Like you actually could have 5 Michael Jordans on the playing field. Like that, they have to work with each other in order to be the best, or else it's just gonna be Michael Jordan winning. Just which one's gonna be the best? You know what I mean? So I feel like we have to work more as a team. Like Wales yesterday said that people were working as a team, and then somehow it just everyone got in their fields.
Yeah,
But
it was like that. Yeah.
But I feel like the new generation, like myself, some of us are willing to come in and just kick them back in place, because whether I like it or not, in 3 years, 4 years, we're all in it. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, what have you done up till now? I feel like that extra 1 year, 2 years for a certain amount of people who don't continue to stay consistent, it stops. It's like, yeah, you were there at the beginning, but then what did you do? Did you stay consistent? No. And that's why the ones that stay consistent, you hear about them all the time. As soon as I came in the community, it was Wales, it was Richard, Wales.
Richard, of course, Richard.
I can't even remember. You see, that's it. Everyone was talking about the people that spitting facts was Richard, Wales, and then I can't remember the rest.
Well,
sometimes
don't forget the beard.
I actually don't. Maybe the times that you were there, I still didn't hear about it. I heard about proof of beer when you're trying to come on to our thing, and I was like, come on, let's go. I never heard about it before, bro. I'm sorry, just like no one heard about it.
I only make the videos in the background.
Oh man. So what I missed while I was gone?
A lot of
we gave all the gems out. We can stop the stream now.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're basically.
Catch you guys next time. Peace.
We told them to continue selling.
Perfect.
Hey,
if you guys wouldn't mind giving us sub 1 cent, we would greatly appreciate that.
Dude, I've been buying the cheapest hex I've ever been able to buy.
Really? Congratulations, man.
I'm not complaining. And if any new person I see complains, I'm just looking at them like
they don't understand it.
Like that meme, like that guy was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Buying hex is like ensuring your future. That's the way I view it. Because again, I approach this with the same game plan as what I didn't do when I had Bitcoin back in the day, because I dropped the ball there, and I'm never going to make that mistake again. New asset, new market, no capital in this market. I mean, just look at what it is by itself on top of all those other factors. It's a no-brainer. Literally, no-brainer. When people realize what's going on over here, they're going to be so mad they weren't around when it was half a cent or lower. I got lucky and found that at half a cent. A lot of people weren't. So it's a reality. And I see what Crypto King is saying, but again, those big shows don't want people talking about crypto. They want people to be slaves of the system because that's what they're about. Otherwise, that's alternative media. They're gonna do whatever they want to do over there. But at the end of the day, if people are not properly educated, it doesn't matter who be on board. And this is why the quality of the onboard is more important, in my opinion, than most other factors. Because quantity is what gives us pulse chain fucking scenario where you got all these rejects from society thinking that they have a clue just because pulse chain is some bullshit, and like they don't have a single fucking clue. So
Oh yes, the pulse chain community, yay!
Right. Well,
Ugh.
I've been saying this ever since it happened. As soon as pulse chain launched, you got all these different factions that popped up out of nowhere, hating on Richard. And this is all we've seen from day one. So all these people acting like they're down, they're fucking not.
Half
Only
of
the
them didn't even.
clowns.
Half of the hexagons didn't even sacrifice for it. I don't get it. It's like people pissed off for what? You didn't even get in. You're not losing anything.
What? Are you serious? I
Well,
didn't
think
even know
about
that.
it. Think about it. Not, if you look at the dates, half of the stakers didn't exist.
Well, we'll look at that shortly. Actually, I'm making a whole bunch of charts.
That's
and,
like
a good
most of the
point.
hexagons have come in and like
I
since
haven't thought
it's
about
been dropping.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't there
I mean,
40,000 wallets?
I don't
Aren't
even
there
know.
So it's like
40,000
they even
wallets
have
in
a
the
they have this idea in their head that they're losing, and it's like, dude, do you understand? It's like you're in an L. Okay, last time I checked, if I could have been in every single L1 before it started and knew when it was going to happen and be with the community and the development team and and understand
Early
what's
days.
happening, and even get a prototype of it, shit, that would have been a lot of 1,000Xs, man.
Right. And I think people just don't get that. Like, that's what it's all about. What else do you want from an investment but the opportunity to accumulate so much of it that you don't ever got to think twice about money ever. Fuck, twice, even once about it ever again. Like, that's what we're doing here. That's what people's objective is here. Anytime I'm talking from a strictly generational wealth generating perspective. Literally, nothing else. I don't give a damn about 20x.
For sure.
I
No, the
don't give
games,
a
they don't
damn
understand.
about that shit.
They don't understand how it's made because they're like, oh, we need adoption. This word, okay, this word for me makes me laugh. The word adoption. Okay?
Look,
I'm like, well, so what? Avex, Polygon, Finance,
dude.
they don't have adoption, right? Because look at the numbers. Where's the adoption? We need adoption, right? We're the problem of adoption.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, get out of here. You don't understand.
If people, and you know what's funny? I've explained all this. Those things you just talked about, I've explained over before. Those markets would not be valued where they're valued at if you didn't have the manipulation that exists.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
Period. I've gone through it many times. All you gotta do is go to these centralized, not even centralized exchanges. Excuse me. All you have to do is go to these coin ranking sites and just look at the volume data. That's it. In fact,
one of the easiest things to track. I always show it to my onboards just to show what's going on.
Yep. It's the dead giveaway. Because why is on-chain data so much lower than coin ranking site data? Something to take into account. Maybe I'll make a chart one day comparing all those two data sets because people really don't understand that. That's the telltale sign of what's crypto and what's not. If you have to have somebody push it in your face, that's not crypto. It's one thing for you to hear about it through word of mouth because somebody is telling you, or somebody is doing their own promotion or something like that. But this whole notion of a company and these centralized parties and these persons that
Yeah,
you can
that's
talk to,
crazy
like,
to me.
that's not crypto. Like, we're not here for that. That's exactly the problem. Period.
Yeah.
That's not a solution. So stop acting like it is, because it's never going to be. That's not crypto. It doesn't matter who you are, what your intention is. Don't give a fuck. Not crypto.
I don't mind it being connected to crypto. Like I don't mind it having an ease of connection, but I don't think like
Well, we
I
got
think
to
like people,
understand what the
yeah, the
problem
difference.
is, brother. The
People will
problem
need to come
is,
into the
what do you
matrix.
mean by connection? How about that?
Okay,
Listen.
so like let's say like I know you don't like this shit, but I'm gonna say it.
Exactly.
I like
There
the
he
No,
conversation.
goes.
you
I like the
wrong.
conversation. No, no,
He's
no, no,
gonna
no. Trust
say it,
me.
Wells. He's gonna say it.
So me, I don't see what the difference, because I worked at a bank and I've worked in multiple departments of a bank, so I understand how the bank functions and I
Mhm.
understand how much of a bitch we are at the bank. And I'm not talking about how it is in America. I'm talking
I
about
work at a
for.
bank too, bro. So it's all
So
good.
I'm speaking as a Canadian, right?
Yeah.
And
And
I
Canadian
know,
banks are very onerous. They're not like American, which are very liberal, actually.
yeah,
A lot of people don't know
we're
that.
more. We have to follow what the government says, right?
Very
So
strict.
so
Very
it's
strict.
more like a CBDC, right? So I've
Mhm,
seen the
mhm,
closest we could get to a CBDC,
for
and
sure.
I've been subjected to certain things where freeze accounts. I had to do this, do that, due to this, some letter from the government, some rent. Anyways, I could
Hmm.
get into more details later on, but my whole point is to say that like I am not really scared about the CBDCs. Why? Well, because the ease of connection. If the CBDC becomes an ERC20,
Oh, I
right?
get what you're trying to say. Okay.
I think it will be better because then it's like, oh, you're telling me with this ERC20, I'm able to go and buy some Chipotle, or I'm going to buy Harvey's, or I can go get
I get what you're
a,
saying.
a
It's
type,
like
the
they
ease of
might try to
connection,
they might
you
try
know?
to they might try to create a piggybacking or some shit like that, so people
It's just the
can
ease of
use.
connection. It's just like you're gonna have
Yeah,
to.
so people
It,
can transfer that value.
it's like if
That's all.
people are scared that there's gonna be a social credit, and then they're gonna be like, oh, but they're gonna put in the code that you're not gonna be able to spend more than $50 in beer. Well, dumbass, imagine if they ask you to scan every time for beer, regardless of your age, and then your fucking number on your card, on your real identity card, is related to how much beer consumption you can have for the week. Imagine they do that. Imagine the government decides to do that because they actually are allowed to do that. Who gives a shit about a CBDC? It doesn't matter, man. I've been subjected to things that the government said you can't leave your house. You cannot. No, if you leave the house, $6,000 ticket fine, and maybe we'll arrest you. If you go for a drive in your car, not even if you go anywhere, just for a drive in your car because you're losing your mind. No, you're gonna get arrested, buddy, and you're gonna get a fine. And that's what they're telling us. So imagine people are scared of CBDC, but they don't realize that the power in the world that certain people have. It's like, okay, maybe you'll be safe in America, but you're still only 500 million people out of 7 billion. And if you want this quote unquote adoption, CBDCs is not your worst enemy. If anything, it's going to ease the connection between you and what you want. Because I feel like crypto gets people out of this fiat, right? We're getting away from fiat. But imagine if it was easier to take your cash and go into an ATM, and the ATM was a Binance ATM, and then your cash goes straight into your Binance account, and then you can withdraw your Binance and put it in your Trezor. Isn't life so much easier like that? Instead of going into
I
your
mean, it
bank,
sounds good,
hoping your credit card
right?
or your wire works, and then
It
it gets
sounds
blocked.
good,
It
but is
sounds
it
good,
good?
but I
Is
don't
it good?
know. I
Yeah,
think
it's not.
I don't think it will make a difference. To be honest with you, with
It
the
will.
CBDCs, people got considered terrorists, got their insurance cut, their bank accounts cut, and they couldn't leave the country, so their passports temporarily disabled because
Yeah,
they gave a $20 transaction in
yeah,
crypto
yeah.
to
That's right.
truckers. So
That's right.
for me, a CBDC, okay, bring it. It's not
I
gonna
get your
change
point. I
anything.
get your point. But the whole notion or the whole problem is that we keep allowing ourselves to be subjugated to the centralized crap. It's not a solution. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. It just doesn't. Because what happens is that we put ourselves once again in the same
In there.
position. And that's the problem. It's not like it, I get what you're saying. And it's sure, it sounds enticing, but let's be honest. It's not reality whatsoever. No
Oh, for
matter
you guys, no, for sure. You guys are allowed. With you guys, it's different. You guys could, protect yourselves against that and make sure that no one's taking advantage of your rights. I agree. And I think that's where right now that's the conflict, because I'm not scared of what's gonna occur with a CBDC. You guys are, because it's not normal what's gonna occur or what could happen.
Well,
For me, it's like what it's the same shit. They could take
I get
away
what you're saying.
the government
You're
sends a letter
already
to the bank.
oppressed. It don't matter for you.
It's like, bro, if I do something wrong and
That's
they don't
foul,
like my
bro.
face, and the government doesn't like my face and my name, they go and they send a letter to the bank saying this
Yeah, they
motherfucker
shut y'all shit
famous.
down real quick.
Shut all his accounts down, like
Yeah.
they did to the Tate brothers or whatever. But that's even easier for our company. You could just say the wrong thing
Yeah,
to the
it
wrong
depends.
person.
It depends the jurisdiction, and this is the
100%.
problem with the CBDC conversation, because it's the same thing as the on and off ramping. It depends where you live. It's not a conversation we can have in a general respect, unfortunately, because what we're trying to do is help people understand. So this is the problem, right? You're talking about all these connections and ease of use and all this, but the actual problem is just that we don't need them to do anything. We need to make a line in the motherfucking sand,
Hmm.
like the adults that we are, and say, hey, your power is gone because I fucking said so, because you don't actually have any. Because people presume that they do when they in fact do not. And crypto is pure
Yeah.
evidence of that.
And
So we
that's
can't acquiesce just because of convenience, bro. Like that shit, you gotta let that grow, my man. Like I
Oh, I
hear
feel
you,
you.
you in
I feel
Canada,
you, but
but
I feel you. I understand. I'm
Canadians
just
just
saying
gotta do
most of
better.
the people in the world are looking at it like it's not going
But
to
this
change.
is why they're fucked. But that's
Exactly.
why they're fucked, bro. It's not a solution. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you let some other man say what's gonna happen with your life, they're gonna say whatever they want, not what you want. Period. Capiche? Because
How are
that's a
you supposed
fact.
to how are you supposed to wake up people in the world that can't
Hey
bear
man, they're
arms?
gonna wake up whether they want to or not.
It's
Because
hard, bro.
it's gonna either be at the end of a barrel of a gun or at some other shit that they just ain't have no control over, like all these
That's
people that are
exactly what I was
dying.
gonna say. Those subjected to their life being in danger usually walk in front of the gun,
Yeah, well,
aka the Eastern countries that are being
yeah,
subjected to fucking horrible conditions.
yeah.
They're like, bro,
Oh, in
I'll go in front
fact,
of the gun. Fuck
speaking
that.
of, the border between Kosovo and Serbia is closed. So things are heating up all
Yeah,
over.
you reminded me to carry my gun today. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. I mean, look at what happens in cities. In cities, you're by yourself, man. And there's millions of people in these fucking cities, no matter which city you're talking about. But let something bad happen to you. Who the hell is gonna help you? You're lucky if somebody does. Lucky. Not
I'll
fortunate.
help them. Don't worry.
Lucky. As in some angel was looking out for you. Because that shit just doesn't happen. So people need to come to terms with the fact that in this world, you got to be dependable on you. This is exactly why people find themselves in these positions where they think they have no power when in fact they do. So acting like CBDCs are an option is not a solution, unfortunately. I get what you're saying, because it makes the crypto use easier, but the problem is that it still leaves these people where they don't need to be. So it's not an actual solution. I mean, look at these people. There was a one lawyer literally quit today. One SEC lawyer quit today because he was taking bribes. Another one got fired or is being investigated or something. Like, these are the people that are quote unquote regulating, and this is in America. I'm talking about the SEC here. So if these are the people that are supposedly looking out for investors, which they're clearly not, what hope is there for any investor out there when they don't know anything? There is none. So that leads to the following resolution, and that is that you must take it upon yourself to educate yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be led astray by the system, because the system isn't there to save you. Ask all those suckers that got all their money taken from these centralized exchanges that were feigning to be crypto exchanges, but were not. You were just putting your money somewhere where you wasn't getting it back, and you just didn't know it because you don't understand how crypto works. Period. That's what actually happened. because there's no other reason why I constantly say do not use the exchanges except for on and off ramping. That's it. There's nothing else to do with that.
Which is also being
Preach
regulated.
it.
Right.
Preach it, baby.
And that's also depending on where you live, because there's plenty of people that don't even have to use centralized exchanges at all. They got a direct connect straight to whatever chain. And everybody doesn't have that, but figure it out, because that's crypto. Everybody's situation is going to be different, and nobody's here to do anything for you. We're here to guide you in a way for you to find success in whatever endeavor you're trying to take on. But nobody can point you, nobody can write out the script of your movie. Only you can do that. And I think this is the problem that people have. I mean, look, man. Like, a lot of you guys are younger than me. Danny, not you, but most of the people listening might be.
Yeah,
There was
Will's
a point.
old as shit.
There was a point in time. Now, this is me. There was a point in time where I thought I was incapable of all manner of things, and I thought I was not capable of anything. This is what I used to think about myself. So because of that, I did nothing but whatever I thought I could do. And that really limited my progress in life. But guess what? Now motherfuckers think I'm some PhD, and I'm not. And I'm not. But why is that? Because I just decided to learn stuff. It's not rocket science. And if I can do it, anybody can. That's the only point being made here. Because I'm no special person. I'm just some guy. Just like everybody else. Some guy, some girl. I'm just some guy. So, you just got to put in the work, and you got to be dedicated to getting a little bit better each day, because it doesn't happen in one wallop, unfortunately. And if you do need help, you got to be sure that you're helping yourself first, right? I mean, I've been trying to educate people for so long, and most people can't even read a basic ass chart, but they got comments, snarky comments about what the fuck they're looking at. Like, what is this? You clearly don't understand what you're looking at, but you got a snarky comment. But yet, I'm hostile. Bitch, shut the fuck up and grow a pair. Fucking pussy. How about that?
Grow a beard.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's the height of stupidity. And you only see that shit in realms of people, or realms with people that are just uneducated and have no grasp of reality. Because again, if we were face to face, half these motherfuckers wouldn't even be in the room, because they'd be too fucking scared to come in.
80% of them.
Well, really 80%. I'm just 80%
nice. Wouldn't. You're being very nice.
Pretty much.
I was thinking about that earlier today. Because 80% of people get wrecked. Just how it is.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just the real math.
Look at the attrition rate for day trading, because people can't figure out you don't trade every day. There is not an opportunity to make mass amounts of money daily. It just doesn't exist. They happen at certain periods of time. That is all. Doesn't mean you can't do it.
The only way you win.
It just means you have to understand that. That's really it.
Look, there is a way you can win trading like that. Is you got to screw everybody. You got to screw them. You got to get a big following, and then shill a coin and own it already. Then let all your followers buy it. Then you dump it.
Yeah. I wasn't.
That's how the 20% win now.
Well, it's easier than actually having skills.
Win.
That's for
and
sure.
Then they talk about. Then they actually have the audacity to say, "Oh, I make a lot of money trading." You make a lot of money fucking people. Excuse my language. That's what they make a lot of money doing. If I want to go screw all my friends, I would. My buddy Matt said that. My buddy Matt went on a rampage with that, because we think alike on this. If we wanted to screw all of our friends and be rich, we would. It's a joke. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a shitty one.
Then they call us scammers.
Yes, they do. Ain't that something?
And dumb. And you're going to get wrecked, and you're in that shit coin, and blah, 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 blah. Keep talking. They can keep talking. We're going to keep onboarding. That's all. Congrats.
And not just onboarding, but winning. I mean, it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to remember, we buy the dip every day. Every single day.
Look, bros. People in the real world right now want to buy this dip because they don't know there's a dip. They don't even know about any of this stuff. They're ready to buy. Say, man, this was 50 cents, but now it's 2 cents. Really? Yeah, it's discounted. Well, let me buy some. It's a lot of work. That's the problem. I get it. It takes hours to onboard. I've onboarded no
Yeah,
corners.
it does
Takes
take
hours.
a lot of time. That shit is not easy.
Takes hours. That's the problem. But once they do it, then they know how to do it. It's hard. It takes so much time. But then you're in real. Then they're learning the right way. See, I learned the right way. I didn't have another way to unlearn, which was nice. Made it a lot easier for me. So you get them early and teach them about DeFi and say, look, buy something else then. Just be sure you own your keys. You know, I don't want Hex. I want big. Okay, is it decentralized? Can you get it through units? Can you get it where you'll only hold your keys? Get it, great. You know, I'm going to chill on Hex though.
Everything. I mean, look, now, Famous, I hope you understand what I was saying earlier, man, because that's a very crucial point.
No, I understand. I understand. That's why, because I'm just in a different world where I can't get out of it. I can't just go and get, and protect myself and be like, no, fuck you. I ain't doing nothing. No, I can't do that.
No, I get you. Because I mean, but this is like saying the same thing. Well, this is like saying the same thing. Like you got to have fiat and crypto. You do. Because we don't have a choice until we.
Well, that's why I still work, because I want to put my fiat. I want to put my fiat back into crypto. Because fuck, if it's my highest appreciating asset and I have multiple assets, why would I go ahead and sell my highest appreciating assets? I should sell the ones that are earned and make as much money as I can off of them. Dry the milk clean, like the cow clean, and then eat it. I'm not gonna just eat the cow. I can get more milk out of it. Fuck it.
Right.
That's how I see it. But also, I understand how your predicament is, and I applaud you for doing what you do, because I don't have to say the things you do, because I'm not in that. I would be a hypocrite if I would say it. And I don't like to be a capper or whatever. I don't like to be a liar. I don't like to be something I'm not. What I can only represent what I feel and what I desire to fix. And for me, CBDCs, I look at it and I'm like,
but that's being true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because it's me. I'm my own bank, right? I'm speaking to you strictly in my bank's perspective. I'm my own bank, right? We're in crypto. We're all each other's own banks. And when I look at it, I'm like, CBDC doesn't really bother me. I'm still going to be able to, with my legal name. If I'm going to get CBDCs, I'm still going to take the CBDC and figure out a way to get me something that the CBDC can't touch.
But you know what? That's the thing. Like, this is also the case of people realizing, like, it depends on where they live, because all these things are going to materialize in a certain way. You know what I mean? And or in different ways, depending on where you live.
You know, sadly, it's gonna start from you and from me helping you tell your people to change, because unfortunately it's gonna change with you guys. Everything's been working for everyone all over the place. It's not working for you, and when it works for you guys, most important, North America, then okay, now we can talk. Now we're in another level of money coming in, because everyone wants to invest in the United States. Everyone wants that dollar. You know that. Everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they sure do.
If that's the case, because I was saying this the other day, where people look at the price of Bitcoin and it's going down, but what they don't realize is it's easier for you guys as Americans to buy it. Even though people think that because of your regulations, it's
regulations
harder.
Don't matter, really.
The price is going lower because
the regulations impact the entities. They don't impact people.
No, but it's getting harder for the other people. Like as a European and as a Canadian, it's harder for me with that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To get the US dollar, it's harder for the UK
because they don't want you getting it.
Exactly. So that's why the price is going down, because unfortunately, US buys don't represent the market.
No,
it's the whole market that represents the whole market, and the whole market is people that are having problems buying that Bitcoin at 16K US. Because why? Well, because the US dollar is higher than their fucking money, or getting much, much higher. That's why right now we're in this. Is it really a bear market, or is it just an ease of Bitcoin? If no one knows where all the Bitcoin's out there, and if there isn't any Bitcoin for sale because people want to keep it, Well, then it makes sense that people are selling it because businesses that are trying to make a bank off of it, like at 69K,
Right.
they can't make a bank out of it anymore because it's all gone. It's like
gone.
the well is dried out. Now you need more water, and where are you gonna get the water from? And the people that are, that are old veterans, like this is how I say to Bitcoiners that protect Bitcoin nowadays: is no one wants you, bro. No, none of your OGs want you. Like you're an embarrassment to OGs. I'm speaking as an OG. Like I don't want you. This is why I'm not protecting you. I'm not in your community anymore because of people like you. Because of the 2016, 17, 18, 19 Bitcoiners.
Yo, it was
I don't want to
crazy.
talk to them anymore. I don't. You guys are completely lost track of what it means to be a Bitcoiner. 100%. And then with the best part of I hear is fuck Ethereum. I'm like, dude, if you were even there back in those days, if you even had the opportunity to do one of those moves at that time, you would understand from the beginning that this shit needs to work in coherence. As long as the coherence doesn't work, and now you see coherence. You see the ETH BTC, it's moving the same way. That means both of them are following each other. That means that people are like, oh, which one is the next thing? And I think, well, Ethereum is going to take king because Bitcoin. Who wants Bitcoin? Who wants Bitcoin
Nobody
besides
has
the?
thousands of dollars for a fraction of a coin.
No one wants Bitcoin. Why? Well, because the
Simple as
other
that.
coins are as easier to get, and it's more useful.
Yeah, I mean, they just work better. Just a better working network. And once people figure that out, I mean, it's game over. Because what they do is that they throw the fad in your face. So, but that's what kind of gets people into it in the first place. Eventually, things grow, things change, things evolve, right? And that evolution is the disdain that we see from Bitcoiners towards what they call altcoins or whatever, right? But every coin doesn't really fall in that category. And then when you sit here and take stock of what crypto actually is, well, you come to realize that there's actually very few cryptos out there. So, it's just a very, very it's an unsettling picture once you actually know what you're looking at. And the Bitcoin maxis know it. This is why they have to stick to their narrative no matter what. I mean, how else can these people just not make sense and get away with it?
Makes
Because
no sense.
they're told not to.
The top 20 coins, all Bitcoiners could have gotten all of them.
Yeah.
And they could have made all the gains and sold out all the tops because the tops were all obvious back in those days. Now it's harder to see the top. But back then, the tops were definitely obvious. It was so obvious. It was like as easy as like John McAfee saying at 10 a.m., this coin. It was the same
Right.
thing. You saw the pumps and then you saw the drops. It's the way it works.
Right.
But you still, like anyone who got in Litecoin from the beginning made money. Anyone who did Bitcoin Cash got it for free. Dump it still and make money. It's like people have a wrong impression of what it means to be in crypto. It's like you have the opportunity to make all of this. If you're in it, why? Well, because you contribute. If you don't contribute, why do you deserve anything?
Correct.
That's how I see it. If you don't contribute anything to the crypto sphere, why do you deserve any games? Just because you bought it on an exchange? Doesn't make sense. To me, that doesn't make sense.
Well,
But
that's
now,
what a lot of people expect. Right?
yeah, I know. I agree with you. It's a lot of people expect to buy a lot of people expect to buy, an apartment for real estate, investment. And then once they buy the apartment, they're like, yes, I'm making money. No, you're not.
Yo, it's crazy.
You still got to furnish it. You still got to rent it. You still got someone to come in and pay you.
All types of stuff.
Like it's just a business too. It's like, oh yeah, we got our business running. First day, it's open. You got your first client yet? No? Well, okay. Enjoy.
Yep. Literally. Good luck. You just getting started. You ain't done nothing yet. So you gotta, and this is kind of what's hard for people to get their head around when it comes to crypto. It's like, hey, we're at a point in time where you can either take advantage of the opportunity or you can just complain and let it slip on by. So
I'm deciding. I decided to step up and like try to push people to their max potential. Like if the people who want to give me their maybe give me another year. Well, it's just like how you do it, and I'll think differently. But for now, what I feel like is like, okay, if the people want to give me their time, I'm gonna give them 110%, and I'm gonna make sure that they get it right. And I can't be biased. So there's a lot of things I do want to show people, but I can't. But I'm sticking to the. I guess what is it? I'm sticking to the G code. I guess
right.
where it's like it's this way or not, because I know if you get this as a base, you'll be better to do your own make your own decisions, and I have proof of that. If you go look in the spaces, I would love for people to go and see how people have changed, how certain people now are positive keys to the community that you could leave them in a room by themselves and they can onboard someone to Hex. Not that the person's tripping and trying to show your video or finding Jim's video or my video or someone speaking saying this is Hex. And they're nervous and they're like, I can't really explain it to you. I don't really understand this shit. But yeah, here, man, buy this. No, man. I feel like I'm gonna push on making Hexicans smarter by embarrassing them by saying, no, you're an idiot. It's not how you work. This is not how it's done. No. Like, learn it. Do this. I put people on the spot. Fuck, I made a poor woman cry because I put her on the spot saying, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? This is stupidest fucking financial advice you could ever tell people that you do. Why don't you do this and this? And the woman's like, oh, and I made her kind of cry, but I was like pushing where it's like, I want you to be better than what you are. Like, think about what you're saying. Think about how you do it. Think about everything, because you are your own bank. It's not up to me. I'm not going to make you click the accept button. And if you do it because I say it, then you're already lost. You already lost the battle.
You're already lost. And that's a great point, because a lot of people really don't get that. Like, you have to be willing to understand what you are doing, because it's your own decision making nowadays. It's not anybody else's. Nobody else can determine anything about what you got going on. Period. Like, that's just how it goes. So you have to know what decisions you want to make. This is why we go through this process of trying to have people learn and ask questions and things of that nature, because that's really what is going to help people find this success. It's not just listening to us. That's not it. That's not the solution. I mean, if that was the solution, then, whatever, right? Like, I would not be telling you to do anything. It would just be, listen to me, hoop and hollering and whatever else. But that's just not reality, So we're not going to act like that's what's going on over here, because that's definitely not what's going on. It's crazy, bro. Like,
bro, I've been such a pain in the ass that I've been telling people that Hex is not even staking. I've been telling people, no, Hex is not staking. You're wrong. T-shares don't exist. Funny. Like, I'm getting people to think about it, where it's like, yeah, you say you stake your Hex to get T-shares. That is so wrong. But yet we say that to make the stupid person understand, right? So this dumbing it down is what's killing us. The dumbing it down to people, to having that website that's dumb, to dumb it down for people who are already dumb to get more dumb about it, or so they can feel comfortable because it's dumb to dumb. That's the stupidest way of growing a community. So I'm literally telling people, T-shares don't exist, bro. T-shares don't exist. You don't have it. You destroy your Hex. You're not staking, because staking is actually providing something for a validity of something. You're not doing that. You don't own anything. You're Hexless once you stake. You don't bye. You don't got shit no more.
Yeah, you don't have any stake.
And then people are like, yeah, but it's valuable. I'm like, there's no value in crypto. There's only value when you get out. There's no value when you're in it. It's just the ratio.
It's just another.
And then I make people think, because it's like, bro, how do you understand that? That's how basic it is. It's like, there is no utility in NFTs. They only have one utility. What? The same utility. Any NFT has that same fucking utility, right? Or adoption. It's like, you don't need adoption. Why? Well, look at 69 million % up. How? Without adoption.
Right.
Ever since adoption has come in, you see the limp dick gains. But before people started knowing about this, there weren't limp dick gains. It was amazing gains. But what? Why? Why?
Because there was nobody in the system.
Exactly. It's because the liquidity wasn't. Is it shorter liquidity? Bigger percentage. Higher liquidity? Smaller percentages. Doesn't mean that people just. It's an expertise too. It's like people think they'll just pick up a scalpel and be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do open heart surgery on my mother because I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah. If only it was that easy.
I'm a fucking surgeon now. This is an expertise to do what we do. Like, don't you do this as a profession? Don't I do this also as a profession, where it's like business and assets and stuff? People don't get that. It's like, you just can't be Joe Blow, BitBoy, crypto fucking bro, and just come in this and be like, yeah, I'm the shit. No,
yeah. Some people think that. Yeah,
it's like, where's your time in the system? It's just like a Bitcoin. Like, I bought a Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm worth.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, you bought it at 50,000. Okay, cool.
That's the solution. Oh, Danny fell. My bad. I ain't see it. My bad, bro.
No, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes people need to
Wake up. Yeah.
Yeah, not wake up, just understand. Like, and but it's also people's fault because it's also people in the system's fault because people who say, "Oh, we need to dumb it down." We need to make it easier. We need to figure out an easier solution, an easier means of technology. To me, that's
Right.
like we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Ever since we've
Correct.
created the easier wallets, the easier solutions, the easier bridges, the easier things, everything has gone to shit. Why? Well, because this shit is not easy.
That's right. But you notice that, right? Because I try
Of
to
course.
make that point. Like all these
Right.
points you're making, I try to make them before. Like, there's no real shortcut to becoming a knowledgeable individual. You just gotta find the knowledge, consume it, process it. Like,
Yeah, but these
that's,
guys need more than one person to say it so they could be like, oh shit, he's right. That
I
person
guess
was
so.
right. No,
Yeah.
someone else is saying it. It's
Yeah, but
literally
you need both,
caveman
dude.
shit. It's caveman shit, man.
You need both stuff, man.
Oh, you woke
Because
up.
Well,
yeah.
but think about this, Beers. Oh,
Good morning.
think about this proof. Think about this proof.
Yeah.
If our first line of introduction of this is
Mhm.
something dumbed down, then what do you
Mhm.
think people's expectations of what we are is? Well, it's dumbed down. We're dumb. But if we were to make it complex from the
Nah,
beginning, I
but
think
that's
so.
but that's what I'm saying. That's why you need both because they're two different kinds of people that we're talking about. I don't want to dumb. Well, actually, I do want to dumb down shit. When I start with something, I want some dumbass shit that is quick, so I can get some real quick wins, and then I get more and more into the weeds. That's also how I teach people. I just teach them some basic stuff, and then they naturally start to be interested. And if I would, I've tried this many times as well. If I right away am this harsh teacher that is doing all this complicated stuff and is saying, yeah, this is hard, you need to learn it, that demotivates people like crazy. And although we do need it because it is hard and you can't rely on me to say all that shit. I
But that's
saw
the
with
problem,
my
right?
brother. If I would explain it to him in the way that I understood it, he didn't get anything of it and he wouldn't be interested at all. And then I just talked about some basic stuff and I just showed him some steps and let him do it on his own tempo. And now he knows just as much as me. Well, almost.
Nice.
And but
Nice.
so now he's very interested and he's very in depth on it, but it's only because the first steps were easy instead of fucking complicated and annoying.
Right. Right.
So it's both because when he says some stupid shit, I'm going to put him down on it, or I'm going to say, "Hey, that's dumb." But that's only because I know he knows enough now to understand why I'm
Right.
saying, "Hey, this is dumb."
Right. He knows better, basically.
So if we're going to go out shooting to random people, like new people, like no coiners, like yeah, you need to know the fucking private keys and this and that, and you don't know Etherscan? That's dumb. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
doesn't really work.
Yeah,
But
because
it
they're not
also
gonna know.
depends on what kind of
I think it's
person,
just
of
about
course.
keeping it.
That's why I'm saying combine it.
I think it's just about keeping it.
Keep it
I
in
think
what?
it's just about keeping it as simple as possible. Maybe keeping it simple.
I think it just depends. I think it just depends
We
who's
might be
reaching.
using the same word: dumb, simple.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends who's receiving the information, right? Because if,
Yeah, exactly.
because look,
Right.
there was this
Right.
one person that I told them about it, and the next thing I knew, they were like a hex expert, and I didn't have to
Perfect.
tell them anything else. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
some
Hey, I
people
told
do it
my
like
buddy
that.
about crypto. I told my buddy about crypto 2 years ago. Told him about Hex, and he had never been in crypto, and he got a Coinbase account, and in 5 days he was an expert trader. So it was like,
boom. Yeah, see,
And then he lost all
happened.
his money in a week. It was awesome.
Expert trader. Exactly.
Expert
That's what
trader. I was
I knew
like,
that's what you
oh
meant by that.
no.
By the way,
Yeah. Yeah. It was too. I felt bad for him, but he just didn't listen.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's only so much we can do, and this is why sharing the right
Yeah.
information is critical.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so there's a reason why sometimes when I stream with Wills and we go through some charts and whatever, I just let Wills talk some stuff, and then I'm like, okay, give me some dumb explanation of this or dumbed down explanation, just so that people get to Like if you missed everything that he just said, then you get the easy explanation, and then if you really want to learn, you go back and check it again if you understand it now.
Right.
But if it keeps on being complicated, and I still have this when I talk with Will. Sometimes he shows me shit, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. And then I ask a stupid question, and then after that, I already I most of the time already know the answer, but I'm just checking, and then I'm like, okay, it does work like this. Okay, cool.
I'm speaking about really basics. Like when you're telling someone, like when you're I find most of the, because I get like the actual onboarding fucking problems, right? Where it's like people coming in, fudding
Uh-huh.
us, Bitcoiners, altcoiners,
Oh, yep.
NFTs.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
because you in
talking
them
So
about
like
Twitter
they're
spaces,
dumbing it
bro.
down by going in a conversation and saying, "Yeah, we stake Hex." Then
That's
people assume you have a blockchain.
that's because you in them Twitter spaces, bro. That's
Yeah, no, but
you're
even in
talking
life
about
too,
Twitter
even
Spaces,
in life, like people who do
dude.
crypto fake, the people that are the possible onboarders
Yeah.
that you need to explain to, right? Like if you explain to someone who's a dev and explain, yeah, this code does this, and you can go ahead here and verify this, the guy's not gonna ask you what you think. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, there's a contract, everything's available, I could see what it does and go and verify. Okay, cool, I'll be right back. But for the newbies, it's like, oh, we're staking, we're getting interest, we're doing this, we're doing that. Go on this website, the website, boom, are we a scam? Like it's just
all the dumb
it,
shit.
it I don't think it works. I don't think it works, and I think people
Well, you're seeing
are.
the results, right? So you would know.
I see that. I've been here for a year, so now this whole dip, the results, I see it as, yeah, we're doing good. We're taking out the fish, but are we teaching the new people properly? Are we really doing a good job in teaching the new people that are holding and staying with us the right way? And that's all I'm saying is like we need to not dumb it down. Now that it's the core time and we're actually removing all the bad blood,
Right.
now it's important to maybe kick it up a notch and say, okay, guys, let's understand this more.
Yeah,
Let's
for
understand
sure.
our enemy more. Like even Art of War. Like like I said this the other day in a space. Like if people are gonna constantly shit on this coin, like let's say they're gonna shit on Zen, right? XEN, right? The Jack Levin coin. Let's say they're gonna shit on it. Well, at least shit on it for a good reason.
Yeah.
For a smart reason, for like the actual reason why. Like if you don't even understand Hex and you go and shit on another coin just because of things you hear or things that are
Well,
not the same.
People are always gonna parrot information. So
Yeah, but I don't want to hear that not in an educational like
oh yeah, nah.
I just can't stand people being like Bitcoiners. It's like, are we that bad? And then it's like, well, I can't
it's
stand
people,
my
bro.
team. I
It's
can't
people.
stand my team being like that.
You
know what I
know,
mean?
and I
That's why
think
you're in this stream and not in Twitter Spaces. Maybe you should just go out of Twitter Spaces.
yeah.
Well,
'Cause
fuck, then there wouldn't be any more Twitter spaces. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
problem.
true.
But bro, the reason why it still runs is because there's people that have been sad, that are happy now, changed their life.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, if they made gains
And
in the
that's
fair
all.
market,
That's what it's all about, dude.
it's
Like
all what it's about, man.
we know we've been talking for hours and hours for the past almost 2 years now,
2 years, yeah.
Yeah,
and
for sure. You guys are the
at
reason
least
why I did it.
80% of people just don't listen, but a lot of people do, and then the world gets better.
Well, that's what it's worth it, right? Because it's working, right? And so I see it working.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
why I continue. There's a lot of bad things about the Twitter spaces. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes sometimes I wish I could just be a tyrant and control it, but at the same time, too,
It's
it's
impossible.
like I don't want to control
It's
it.
also the
I want it
process
to
of
be as
controlling it.
organic as possible because if
Yeah.
we could control the organicness, then it's
Yeah, that'd be more
endless. It's
beneficial.
forever. It's forever.
But here's the thing though, right? Like let's say, the problem with Twitter Space is that people think it's an area for debate. And it depends. That's the answer to that question. Because like for example, when RH is talking, there's no debate to be had.
No, you just
Just shut
listen.
it. Yeah, just shut up and
shuts
listen.
the fuck up. No one even asks for the fucking. Only trolls try to come up. I remember I was co-host. I was looking at all the people at the bottom, like, when are you motherfuckers gonna
Dude,
come up and
the
talk?
smart people are just silent then, man.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to say when he's talking. You don't ever see me interrupting or nothing.
Dude,
For
I
what?
met him in real
Okay.
life, and I didn't have anything to say. I just looked at
Yeah,
him and
shut
just
up and
listened.
listen, bro. That's exactly all you got to do. That's a smart thing to do.
For sure, dude.
I mean,
Like I couldn't have a conversation with him because I was just silent. Like, okay. I already know everything he's gonna say. Basically, I'm just I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny, man. That's funny. I'm gonna know everything he's gonna say anyway.
but it works,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Because that's what it's about. It's about doing what works, man. It's not about
And
making it up.
Yeah, lately I've been also on this path of getting everything right. Like crypto is just one tiny piece of the whole fucking thing called life. Like a lot of people just get stuck in the whole financial thing, but if you just build your position, then you just chill and you build on the other stuff. Like the things you still need to do to fulfill this idea of what crypto is and should be is a lot of fucking more than just financial freedom. Like it's food freedom, it's legal freedom,
It's freedom in
it's
general.
yeah, exactly. And every single thing, if you just start to grasp the other things, like if you start to learn properly how to manage food resources and all that stuff and how to grow it, it just every time you learn a little bit, you get a little bit more freedom and you get a little bit less worried about what price is doing. Because if price goes to shit, I just still have this other thing
Right.
that I'm doing. And if price is going great, well, then we can multiply everything. And the way life works, if you do all that shit, it will multiply anyways, regardless of what happens. So
Pretty much. Simple enough, isn't it?
yeah, you
I don't
just
know
need
why
to do it. But
people
most
like to
people
make
are
it
stuck.
complicated.
That's what I'm get sad about. Most people just get stuck
Yeah.
talking about stuff on Twitter or
Yeah.
on wherever, and then no one's doing shit.
Yeah. That's a
You,
big danger, right?
yeah, it's kind of shitty because you feel worse, and you probably will make worse decisions if you keep on being there. So you waste your time and you make worse decisions. So
Yeah.
you're not even wasting your time for something that is worthwhile,
Worthwhile.
like,
No.
which kind of makes the definition of waste, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a sad scenario because you, at the very bottom of it all, think that you're doing something to add
That's how they
value.
trick you. That's how the fucking
Yeah.
business starts. Like that's how social media is a business.
Correct. Because they keep you on there wasting time.
Yeah.
Like, these streams, they might run for a while, but you get information from them that's going to add serious, value to your
Or you
repertoire.
listen to my stupid jokes, and that's also good.
Or that. Yeah. Whichever one you like, you pick. But, pick one. Because you gotta do something. You can't work that miserable job forever.
Yeah, that's also what I find very interesting. Like sometimes just people ask me, okay, so how is it going now? Because price gone to shit.
Right.
And I'm like,
They don't get
yeah,
it.
you're right. But then also I've been staked for years now. And so th-
Jesus.
I'm doing it right. And then what else should I be doing? Like the job that I didn't want to take. So should I just take it now because price went down? No, I just do the other thing. I grow gardens, basically. Or no, I do the other thing. I learn about legal stuff. Because the idea that we can go back to just listening and just doing the thing is ridiculous to me. The last 2 years have been evident that that's definitely not a way forward. It's a way to cope with the current situation, maybe. And if you need to do it to sustain yourself right now, it's important. But if you can do anything else, if you have even any single bit of freedom to do something productive for the world and not just for this society, do it, because we can't go back, and we you can't stay in that fucking office or stay in that fucking place where you just listen to other people. It's done. Like it's insane to me that some people look at me like I'm the crazy one. I, I
Isn't
just
it
don't get
funny?
it.
Isn't it funny? I think it's
As
hilarious.
if I'm the one taking the giant risk. I'm the one that hedging in every single corner of life, and it's just crazy. The framing of it all is just amazing.
It's funny how they brainwash us to think a certain way, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like we
well,
got.
also kind of we're doing it ourselves.
Well, we have to, right?
Yeah,
We have to do it ourselves because they're not going to do it. I mean, this is the thing that people don't understand. Nobody is going to do you any favors. You got to do yourself your own favors. Period. You know, that's not a lie.
Real quick, someone in comments just said to D-Raj, your accent is so thick. I thought I'd be able to see it in typing too.
That's ridiculous.
It's true. I read his text in this voice. It's
But that's because you know what he sounds like. If you didn't,
yeah,
you
it's amazing.
funny how that happens though.
He's awesome, man. I can read it right now and I can hear it in my head. I'm like, awesome, man.
Golden mic.
He's an awesome
Man
human
with the
being, though.
golden mic.
Very intelligent.
Yes, he is. Shout out to D, man.
Just needs to speak a bit faster.
Just speed up that train, brother. Shit.
Wasn't he a doctor, or did he get the
Pretty
degree
sure he
or
still
something?
is.
Yeah, I'm just imagining that in the like in surgery or something like scalpel.
Yeah, I don't think he's that kind of doctor.
Please. No, but
I couldn't
Just
imagine
explain it.
him doing that. Oh my god. Nah, there's no way.
I'm
I'd be
sorry.
like,
D.
we're gonna have to get you out of here.
It's kind of like imagine that Mr. Bean scene when the guy wakes up and sees Mr. Bean as like the has his surgeon. It's kind of like imagine you wake up and you see D-Rash as the surgeon. And he does the 2 thumbs up like.
Hello, Mister.
And then he asks you, "What are you drinking?" We love you, dude.
Oh man, awesome, man. We miss him on his faces.
Yeah, I don't know. If you want to come on, let me know, bro. I'll send you the link. I don't know if you want to come on. Oh, that was funny.
Another 3.7 million hex market salt. Nice.
Nice.
1.8.
Yeah, every time somebody sells,
Yes.
you know, we win. And I think people don't get that. But that's important to understand. We really win every time somebody sells. There's no losing for us in this scenario. Because at the end of the day, we're doing what we're supposed to do. You're staked and all that, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything. Very simple. So, take it as it comes.
That's right, baby.
Just emergency and stake a bit more because this is kind of sad.
Yeah, please. I was out in that.
We're kind of at an average of 6.5 payout per t-shirt. Dude,
Yeah,
last
we
year
are.
was like 4 or something.
Yeah,
Right?
nah, it wasn't 4. It was like
5?
5 or something like that.
5.
Five
It was
and a half.
5.
5
No.
plus. 5.5, 5, 6. It was 5, 6, and up. And then it crept up to
Okay,
5,
okay.
7, then 5, 8.
Oh, but
then
that's
5, 9.
one in a year, basically.
Yeah.
No?
So we got what,
Huh.
13 years left?
I got 15 years
12
left.
years left, excuse me.
I got 15 years left. I don't know what.
Yeah,
y'all
okay,
doing.
but let's just look at so we know the t-share rate goes up quicker, right? So
This is true. Good comment.
so if you just take one every year, then
Right.
you put like 15 on it right now.
Oof.
You have like 21 hex per t-shirt per day.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Yum yum.
Yo,
Like,
can you
what the
imagine that? Yo, if we're talking about
That's a hex 19 emergency end stake
every
big
day
payday
almost.
every single day.
Yummy.
Wow. Because what? It started at what was the end of year 1? The end of year 1 was like 4 or something.
Do you have the data or no?
Yeah, I do, but I'm
I
not
can look
looking
it
at
up.
it. Hold on, let me pull it up because I got it right here. Where
I
is
got
it?
it on Hex Daily Stats as well now.
Hold on.
At the end of the first year was already. Oh, then it was 5.7.
Oh, really? And then the year
Yeah.
1.
Yeah,
So
time goes
add
quick, dude. So
add
it's
15,
it's
add
slower,
14
it's
to that.
slower.
So that's 19. Good enough. We'll take that.
Yeah, but it means that it grows one every 2 years. So it's basically then.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. My fault. Played myself on that one.
But yeah, so one every 2 years. So then you have.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like in
7.
another year.
So you have 7.5 extra, so you get like 13, 14.
We're
And that's
already
still nice.
we're already
Still
at
good enough.
6.25 average, basically.
Yeah, easy. I only see 6.3 plus.
Yeah, exactly. So it continues to creep higher. I mean, over time, it's just gonna just end up in the 6.5 zone, then 7, and it's gonna keep creeping higher over time. And there's really no telling how fast that's gonna happen because we have to remember, the less T shares, the more the payout per T share. So that's really what's driving that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not linear, but
Yeah,
we
it's
just
not
made
linear.
linear
If it goes
to create
below
a
10
minimum.
million T shares and we're at 10.2, I got
Yeah.
these charts I'm lining up. We're going like it's that's all I gotta say. Yeah, it's funny. Um, yeah, very funny. Because again, people are not looking at the math, and it's very important that if you're in crypto or you're gonna pretend to be in crypto, you understand that the mathematics matters because that's why Bitcoin got to where it got. It wasn't because you felt like it. Like that don't got nothing to do with it. So, people out here trying to move based off emotions, like they're gonna get left behind in a major way. And that's the way it's supposed to go. So, you keep playing that
Oh
game,
yeah,
keep on.
it's not even only Hex. It's also Hedron and Icosa
Uh-huh. 100%.
that
Like we're
people don't
lucky.
even understand yet.
Nope. And they're not even trying to, it seems like. It's like they're just
No,
trying
yeah,
to
obviously,
evade themselves.
obviously, why would you in a bear market, right? Most
Yeah.
people just can't look at anything else anymore.
Nah, people are
So I get
crazy.
it. It's just I'm okay with it because then less people stake it. Like the yield on that is fucking intense.
Well, people are acting like it's not.
Yeah. And there was this guy who sold like I don't know how much it was, but it was a shit ton of WhatsApp NFTs that he burned.
Oh, really?
And so that just keeps on going as well. So I'm like, wait, what bear market actually? Because still doing fantastic. Look at all these places where we get yield. Look at all these places
Yeah,
where we get intelligent conversations with people. It's
I don't
it's
get it.
not the gains are not only money. Like I get that that's the focus, but we get so much more, dude.
Yep, we sure do. And a lot of people just they get lost in
Like
the mix, I
that's
guess.
what a lot of people don't get. If everything goes to zero, I'm still up basically because we have way better context now over the
100%.
entire world, and we can just build something else because we have smart people. Like what?
Simply put, yep. And that's really the easiest way to put it, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, what are you trying to do? You're trying to really um, find that outlet that's going to help you get to where you're trying to go. That's what most people are doing.
Yeah.
They're not trying to do anything else.
And like we said, we don't have anything else to do, so we
No,
just
we
sit
don't.
here and talk into a mic.
What else are we gonna do?
Awesome.
That's just what it is, right? What else can we realistically do? I mean, we're trying to share this information that's hard to get out. Ah, okay, cool. I'm gonna send them the link. My bad. I'm all up in these shorts.
Guys, just for everyone to know, while Wills is streaming, he's also learning how to code and making charts. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
It
And
happens.
it's strange to me, but hey.
I try to multitask, man. I try to do what I can. Try to do what I can. But this information, bro, is everything. And I think people are just dissuaded by the difficulty in seeing the end goal because it's so easy to just click buy and win. When you're taught that that's how it works, but it's not. It's really, really not how it works,
Yeah, and it
unfortunately.
felt great when it happened, but then also now it's not. You really get reminded of what you're actually doing here. It's not just a fucking casino. Like it's not what I'm
Right.
here for. I
Right.
mean, to actually change something. Yeah, for sure. Most people are here just for mad gains. like only, and it takes getting robbed of those mad gains basically
To
because
figure
of price
out that
chart
you need to
to
actually do something.
yeah to find out that that's actually not what you're here to do. You're
Yep.
actually here to do something else,
Yep.
and then the mad gains are a result of that.
Correct. I
Because
mean,
if you make the gains without actually the whole thing around it, like the whole mentality, you're gonna lose it anyways.
yep, you are. I've said that numerous times before.
Yep.
You know, you can make the money all day, but can you keep it?
Yeah, it really made me realize, like, oh wait, that's actually just step
That's the
one.
whole point. That's the whole point,
Yeah,
right?
it's good. Yeah.
It's the whole point, bro. What are we doing this for? If not to ensure that we never find ourselves in this position once again. Why not? I'm not trying to do this for a quick flip, man. I'm trying to do this for a permanent setup. I'm not trying to, because I've already made the quick money and lost it all. Like, that's why we preaching long term wins, et cetera, et cetera. Because that's true. When you're thinking quick, you're gonna make quick rash
That's why
decisions.
it takes some cycles, because I really think
Yeah.
that almost everyone, and especially in the way everyone is being is growing up and learns stuff from the school system, everyone kind of wants that quick win and
Hmm.
wants just a lot of money, and then it takes getting that and losing it to figure out, oh wait, okay, so I don't really care, and then you get
Right.
it again, and then
Right.
you actually get to keep it if
Isn't
you
that
were
funny?
listening, if you were actually checking in with yourself.
Isn't
And
that funny though?
it's just a growth process, and it's mostly just because no one has ever taught us that's a thing.
Yep. That's exactly
You just
right.
have to figure it out yourself and then lose it and then make it again.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember the first time I lost like serious amount of money. I was like, wow. Like I was stung for a while, and then I realized I don't care
Yeah, and that's when actual power comes, because then you can actually do whatever the fuck you need to do instead of
to do it
doing
again.
it just to get the money.
Yeah,
And
because it's
then
all
that's
about getting to that point. Because that was the whole point in the first place, right? Like you were trying to do that thing in the first place.
yeah.
So why would you stop? Continue. But it's hard to realize that that's what you got to do. But that's what it is. Nito. T-shirt price.
Why does Hex down under say Will's gonna build a castle?
Oh, what?
You're gonna build a castle apparently.
A castle.
Yeah.
Okay. Be nice if
Have,
I could.
have fun. That would be cool.
Yeah,
The Hexico castle.
that would be real nice. Wouldn't mind a Hexico castle for sure.
It should be built in a hexagon.
Like Dan Pena. You guys know who Dan Pena is?
Yeah, he's
He got a
crazy, dude.
yeah. He's crazy as shit. He's funny as hell.
I
I think
have
I'm gonna
n-
be like him when I'm older.
I have no idea why he still doesn't have had a heart attack,
Ah, Yo,
Hey
he's
guys,
or has
he's
he?
built
I
hey
like
don't know.
that.
hey
Yeah,
fellas, I got a bolt.
No worries, brother. Thanks for coming
I
on, man.
enjoyed it. Thanks for
for
having me. It
sure.
was nice to meet y'all. Uh,
And we
Beard
just got
and
deep. Sorry, man.
everybody.
Hello, Dirash.
Appreciate you guys.
Well,
Peace.
namaste.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I think I am doing great. It's 4:30, no, 5 a.m. here, and I've been awake all night. So,
Nice,
like,
nice.
Nice. You were
you
counting
can't be a
t-shirts or what?
late wake. Just counting t-shirts. That's what I've been doing. I think I will turn off my camera in theme of the whole video. Like,
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, that's cool.
it's weird.
At least we got proof of Diraj, so we're good.
Right.
Proof Dirash. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Proof of D-Rod. So how you been, man? Long time no speak.
Um, there is nothing new to speak as such. So I've been quietly listening and watching, like the dialogue from the what's that Marvel movie, The Watcher, I guess. No,
Ah,
I see all that contrives here, but I will not, shall not, cannot intervene. That's what I've been
intervene.
doing, and most what, like,
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
saw a
one.
tweet
people
that
are,
was strong. I liked it.
yeah,
Hey,
and it's crazy. Like, and I remember like in the early days when like Hex had launched, like people were saying no, Hex will never hit 1 cent. There are too
oh
many
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hex.
I
Then,
remember that. They
then
were still saying
and
that when I was coming around, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they kept saying it like,
Uh,
and then when it hits 1 cent, it's never gonna go higher than a
Never
cent.
gonna
I'm
go to
like,
10 cents. It's never happening.
and I think it was the New Year stream. Like you remember when Gary funding Jim, he was trying to get himself a prison tattoo when Hex spiked to 2 cents, and everybody was
All
like, "Oh
right.
my God, it's crazy!" Like
I remember
these
that. Yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
happen. These things happen. You won't understand it until you have experienced it.
Yeah, because the market's gonna do what it's gonna do, right? Like that's the thing that a lot of people don't get. The market's gonna do what it wants, not what you want it to do. Pretty simple.
And like even Richard just tweeted it like this few hours ago, I guess. So like Hex is the only one that has survived so far.
Yep.
See, and see, first of all, if you bought it, like there is a very small window where you might have bought Hex and be in loss, because if you were staked, you were being paid around 39-40% APY. So like, and even for smaller stakes it's around 20 or 11, at least 11%. So you made money while you were staked. If you didn't stake, then you are losing out, I guess. And if you are going to dump on the lows, good for you. Like that's how money or people make money. People from people selling bottoms and buying tops. It's
Pretty
all part of
much.
the game.
For sure. Wise words from a wise man. Pay attention, folks. Because I mean, it's true, right? I mean, we all say it in our own way all the time. Like, so what's the most interesting thing about social media and like what we're able to do in terms of communicating across the realm now? Like, we can talk no matter where we're at with each other. Famous is in Canada, D's in the Philippines, Beers in the Netherlands. I'm in the U.S. Like, we're all in different places, period. Like, we're not near each other and we're all having this conversation. And then we got people all over watching, right? This was not possible 15, 20 years ago. Like, it just wasn't happening. So, this is an opportune moment in time for people to take advantage of the situation and be able to find a way to elevate themselves, because all we are doing, us four individuals, are saying the same thing in our own way. And we might diverge here and there, but in general, the message is the same. I mean, the objectives are the same. I mean, we all really want the same thing. We just approach it a little differently.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if you are like, I have done a course on teaching, so to get a point across, it's important you say the same point at least 3 times in 3 different ways, and that's what we are kind of doing. Like
Right.
there is like someone may
we're
not
saying the same thing like 2,500 times.
yeah. Uh, so at least like you have to say it multiple times, at least one of the times something will click. Like
It just takes time.
what was I saying? Is there a flashbot service that pays the unstake slash mint function from the yield?
Mm,
No.
Uh no.
no.
none that exist as of now. Like
You can use, like what Finbar says, you can use Staker.APP and then pay the gas fee in Hex, for example.
Right, that's about
But
it.
that's still not what you mean. But yeah,
uh,
always keep some money for transaction
see,
costs.
it was actually on the roadmap of ETH. It was called, I think it was meta transaction or something like that, where you
Hmm.
would have been able to pay gas fees in USDC or any token on ERC token that the miner would accept. But it was cancelled very soon because they realized if they take away that utility from Ethereum, then Ethereum is worthless.
Pretty much.
So
Won't work out.
uh, that's not
Yeah,
happening. That's not
that's true.
happening. Um,
Except for if you
yeah,
would do it, and then it would all buy up the ETH as
yeah.
a market buy. Yeah, then
I
it's
think there
basically.
was a service.
Why wouldn't that be the thing? Actually,
Yeah,
why
I
why
think there.
wouldn't I be able to pay my fees in USDC and then that automatically buys the ETH to then pay the transaction cost? Like, why is that not a thing?
Say again.
Why wouldn't it be, like Dira says, like if they would
Hmm.
do it, then the
House
whole
swap, I think you can do that there.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
why did they cancel it? Because if I want to pay my fees in USDC and basically give it to the Ethereum Foundation that then buys the
So
ETH,
I think
so we
that
can then pay the
because
miners.
that doesn't exist in the original ETH code. So because that doesn't exist
They
in the
actually can't
original,
do it.
yeah, they has to be built on top of the
Yeah,
existing
yeah.
network.
Because
I
that would
I
basically be
think
a buyback function
That's
then.
why Cow Swap does it, or can do it because they have the functionality built into their
Gotcha. Okay.
network that
yeah.
is on the Ethereum rail. So let's explain a little bit of software and how it works. So, um, you know, you have all these deferring networks, right? And each deferring network is really underpinned by a protocol, right? We got the T-share mechanism. Ethereum has the network mechanism. Bitcoin has its blockchain, et cetera, right? Um, so everything that exists on top of those mechanisms are just layered on top of them,
Hmm.
and that's the only way they can exist and interact within the contract. Otherwise, it's middlemen.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, wouldn't you be able to create a smart contract for that?
You should
Like
be
you
able
just
to.
have an automatic
Um,
market buy with the amount of money that you used as a gas fee,
let
basically.
me explain. Let me explain. So what I was saying was different. What Beard only one is saying
Ah,
is
okay.
different. Meta
Mm,
transactions were something designed where you pay directly to the miner. What Beard only is saying is you pay the miner or pay the contract in USDC. It buys up ETH and pays for the gas in ETH while you pay
Mm.
in. So this, right, so this functionality existed. I think it was some ZK Sync which had it initially when
Yeah.
ETH fees were low. Now transactions themselves, buying and selling, cost
Yeah, exactly.
tremendous in ETH fees, so it is not viable now.
Yeah,
This
exactly. Gotcha.
and meta transactions were like cancelled because it's not good for ETH. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, good point.
yeah. Now that just to add a little bit and just to show off kind of my knowledge that EIP 4488 now
He
it
knows a
will.
code. Watch out. He knows one.
I I I know just enough to be dangerous,
Yeah, yeah.
but
that's
they
all you
are
really need.
what ETH Foundation is doing now is they are trying to make the transactions cheaper, but the amount of transactions that can enter a block uh, are also being reduced. Now they have to keep the block size low, slow or small, so that uh, all all the nodes are in coordination. Different topic altogether, but this is a potential risk for the hex contract, because you see, we gather a lot the our transactions over, like, end staking long stakes. The total gas used is going to be very high, so
Uh-huh.
there is a small possibility that we won't be able to get a transaction into a single block. This is where you might need those third party services, like the original question was regarding uh, flashbots, uh,
Right.
using flashbox to end stake or unstake or
Hmm.
emergency unstake. So
Yes.
as
Yeah, go
problem
ahead.
arises, we will come up with solutions. There is no need to pre-optimize, and
Yeah, exactly.
Pulsion solves this. Most
Simply
importantly,
put.
Pulsion solves this. So just it. What?
Oh, I just thought, mm, wouldn't it be nice for Pulse Chain if you could just use anything for gas fee and then it buys Pulse Chain basically? But then I thought, well, that's kind of stupid because if you only accept Pulse Chain, then everyone already has to buy it anyways. So
Yeah, they do have to buy it to
that
use the
that
network,
makes way more sense. Yeah.
just like on ETH.
Yeah. So no need for extra uh, steps.
Uh,
Okay,
so
charts
what?
are almost done, folks. I just was
What were you doing?
porting over data and pulling it from the API and changing my setup. So it was this whole mess I have going on over here. So, but I'm almost done. I'm on like the last chart because I had to change like the variables and the way they laid out. It's this whole thing that it becomes this whole thing, and this is what people don't understand. And I'm just making charts, bro. I ain't even doing nothing fancy. You understand? So imagine what RH is doing and his dev team. Like they're building a whole damn network, and it gotta work. As soon as it's launched as live, it's gotta work, right? Like it's
That's
gotta
the
work,
last.
and it has to last, right? Like that's real. That's real, and people don't want to respect that, and it's crazy to me that people think they can just demand some nonsensical thing. You know, it's like, yo, that's just not how it works. Like you're just gonna have to be patient. Sorry. And then there's also strategic reasons for delaying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what's going on in the actual industry. On top of that, please, like, pay attention. Like, there's a lot going on out here, and some people just are not bothering whatsoever. You know, and it's crazy because we all benefit if we do. So why don't we help ourselves out and pay some attention to what's going on because it behooves us to. Just a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the other thing is, we are trying to not completely copy ETH2, but we are definitely mimicking ETH2.
Right.
And ETH 2.0 itself is not complete. If you want to, like, Ethereum Foundation has their community developer calls every week almost. Listen to it, and you will understand the sorry state Ethereum 2.0 is in. it's just that there is too much money invested and people have vested interest that it is not yet being hacked completely, because if if it too gets hacked now, uh, whole crypto market will be dead for at least 10 years. So
Game over. All right, let's get to these charts. I was gonna make another one, but meh, shit
I'll
go
be
right.
right back.
All right. Uh, let me just make all this other stuff disappear. Close this.
going to change anything, things change. So yeah.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Also, which is what's funny, isn't it? Very funny. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, let's get rid of the peep. All right, let's start with. Oh crap! Hold on, I'm actually missing some. So give me 1 second. I gotta go and look for it. How did it go? Or is it just not here? Oh, what? Let me see this. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Let's see. T-shirt pair with t-shirt price. Isn't that
um,
what's going on here?
uh,
What's up?
while Wales only, no, while Wales only is working on his charts, I just wanted to like cross promote. I was supposed to be on the Hex Foodies live stream, but I don't know. So somehow the actually I came to know why I wasn't able to live stream there. It was my computer trying to reach the mothership, that is
Ah,
Windows.
as usual.
You know, yeah. No, there was Windows update going on in the background. Couldn't
Oh man,
like so. Uh, so
all over
just
the
a
place.
shout out to the Hex Foodies, Davin from Eco Builder on uh, Twitter. They are going to host a party on in Texas on 21st of January. So that's all. Now over to you, Wales, with your charts.
Yo, that is the funniest shit I've ever seen. All right, so let's get to these charts.
Okay,
So
so yeah,
that's just crazy.
continue.
So the left hand side is a t-shirt payout, and we can see we got the 13 hex per t-shirt day. Here we also captured the almost 11 hex per t-shirt day, which happened about a couple months ago. So this whole time, as you guys can see, this line on the bottom, it's not even horizontal. It's slightly inclined upward. Like, is that evident to people that can view this chart? Like,
Yes.
can I zoom it in some more? Like, now I got all kinds of abilities that I didn't have before. So let's use them. Like, can you guys see how this is inclined slowly but surely over time? Because if I change this, right now, let me just
You see, actually, at the end, it's more volatile as well.
watch. Let me let's go back
Look
to.
at this. Wills makes charts now with numbers and letters.
Yeah, it's getting crazy over here, bro. Getting very crazy over here. Let's see.
Soon, Wills will launch his own hex
I don't know
and
about
go
all
away
that.
from the community and talk shit about it.
That seems to be the trend, though,
That would be
yo.
funny, right?
Wow. Isn't that some funny shit? That seems to be the trend. That's funny. Hold on. Where is this T-shirt price?
He's gonna call the coin Hex only one
Yo, you ridiculous.
because it's the only one.
You ridiculous, dude. I think I got it now. Here we go. So check this out. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? I mean, this is not obviously inclining upward. And clearly, this is not the past 144 days. This is after Big Payday. I just changed it real quick. But as people sell,
Gotcha.
more of a T-share payout goes to you because there's less people in the system. So there's more T-shares. Or I'm sorry, there's more of a T-share payout to go to each individual because there's less people holding T-shares. And this is what we're seeing, right? Over time, not only is the T-share payout increasing, but let's see if
Did you overlay this one with what we saw in the last stream where T-shirts are deflationary already?
oh yeah, that's coming. Oh, why isn't it showing right?
You fucked it up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why aren't these charts showing right? Let me just run them again real quick.
Play the GTA loading screen while you're doing it.
Yo, you know what's funny? I got a strike for that. The one of the last times I played it because I played it so early in the stream. So by now we should be good. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll play.
Play.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so dope.
Isn't it?
That's fucking dope. I was like, yo,
Isn't
what
it?
the fuck?
I'll take the strike every time.
Yeah. So again, for the record, Beard made this, and also I gave him a full version, but he refuses to play that.
I told you we couldn't upload it, bro. I told you. Stop
I know,
trying
I
to
know.
harass me about that, please.
It would be
All
so
right, let me
cool.
put this chart back up. So check this out. This is the T-share rate versus the changes in the T-share rate. And as you guys can see, the changes are pretty stable, right? It's pretty average always down here. But from time to time, we get these anomalies. Well, not really anomalies. We get these blips in the system, and that's a function of the age of the stake that's coming out, right? If that stake is very old, meaning the length of the system, is game over, right? We need to have more, what do you call it? We need to have more hex. We need to have more hex per T-share when those stakes are coming out, and this is why the T-share rate jumps like the way it does, because that T-share, that stake that's ending, has an ROI so high that the system is recalibrating to reset the T-share by this much. I mean, this is crazy, right? I mean, this is a 700 hex, 750 hex change.
That's twice. That's twice in 40 days.
Yeah, this is crazy. So, once, like, we should probably see one soon because it's already, that part of the year where people are ending stakes because this is when Hex was first launched.
Yep.
So we should have a plethora of 3-year stakes hitting the market eventually within the next 90 days and causing this T-shirt rate to do something just because that's just how the system works. I mean, it's surprising it hasn't happened yet, actually.
That's quite long. This is the longest period where it
Yeah. It's pretty crazy when you think about it.
Well, in the last 140 days. So.
Yeah. Let's see.
But you can. I don't know if I see it correctly, but is the line going steeper after every jump?
Yeah. Sure the hell is.
Looks like it, right?
Yeah. I might have to figure out how to make a chart for that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Just being able to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick because it's definitely happening. But this is again a function of the T-share rate, right? Because this is the whole point of it being an S curve, and people just forget, I guess. Let me change the
People definitely forget.
yeah. Let me change the dimensions of what the plot is showing. Did I lose myself here? T-share rate change. Yeah, here we go. Let me go back to the big payday. And that boy. Boom. Man, this is what's going on. People need to not forget.
Oh damn.
Yeah, this is yeah, pretty much. Let me open this up.
When was Big Payday? Can you see it on there?
I started it after Big Payday. You want the whole thing? I
Gotcha.
can make it for the
Yeah,
whole
that's
time.
smart. No, it's not necessary.
Yeah,
Because it's kind of the launch phase, anyways. It's not
yeah, yeah,
really relevant.
yeah. That's what I thought. So, but you got a couple 700
But
blips.
dude, that's clearly like a hockey stick going
Yeah,
upwards.
yeah,
It's clearly curving upwards, though.
yep. I mean, just look at the angle, right? If we put a ruler on this and drew a line
You should
off
put a line on there
off
because
each
people
nation,
people people like the parabolic lines.
it's just crazy, man. I mean, but just look at all the plots, right? Like, just look at where all the dots are. Well, these are really hexagons.
Can you create a line through there through the black one with an average cumulative average?
Average of what?
Ah, no, it doesn't work, of course.
Well,
No,
what are you
never
trying to get the
mind.
average of?
No, I'm just thinking to get a line that kind of where it moves around, like a line through the middle, but you can just
You mean the T-share rate change?
yeah, have the black line, but
Oh, you mean the average of this? Nah, you can't really average
it
the
doesn't
T-share
really
rate.
work. No.
Nah, yeah, because what you're looking for is the average of this line,
Yeah.
these changes, because the average of these changes is what ultimately impacts this line changing in the long term. Because as you can see, the changes that are smaller are more frequent. The bigger
Uh-huh.
changes are more infrequent for now.
Well,
For
I
now,
mean,
as the system ages, these what we consider big
well, if you
now.
look at it from day 500, the smaller ones kind of got traded for the big ones,
Yeah, there's a
which is
lot more.
interesting. Like you don't see the smaller ones there.
Right.
Why is
What was
that?
what was interesting is we got a lot less of these now. Right. We don't got
Yeah,
these anymore.
true.
Now we just got these big ones. I wonder why that is. I wonder if there's just less short stakes now or something. Maybe less. Maybe this is a function of the T-share rate from when people got in to when they got out. Because this is relatively short. This is right after Big Payday, right?
Hmm.
It's not that long, so maybe that's why. Maybe they're just growing now.
Oh my, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
because they get an insane. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Because the T-share rate goes up to
Yeah,
prevent them from getting a better APY
correct.
staking again. But their APY is so intense right now because everything before Big Payday is 100% plus
Pretty
yield
much. Mm.
year on year, and yeah, so that's gonna go up, I think. Yep.
Especially with all these losers getting out. Definitely gonna have a whole lot more T-shares love coming to you if you got T-shares. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about, right? At the end of the day, the higher this goes, the less people that are. Oh, let me run this. Let me keep going to these charts. Hold on. So here is the. Is that the chart I was going to show? No, it was this one. Where is it? Boom. Oh, what's going on here? Why is it not? What's up with this? Am I really gonna have to move it from here? It's gonna be annoying. Damn, man. All right. Let's see if I can move this somewhere else. 'Cause this is annoying. I don't know why it's doing that.
Top quality streaming productions here, guys.
Right? Oh, that was easy.
There we go.
Okay. No, sorry, me. Silly me. So this is just the t-shirt payout in total for one t-shirt. 5,645 hex total since day one. And this is what people were getting at the time. A whole lot of nothing. Right? So over time it grew to 1,000 hex, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Now we're at 5,000, encroaching on 6.
Yeah.
And you know, 6 and 6 plus hex at a time is how we do it for now. Right? That's gonna change, of course, with time. Like I can't wait to figure out how to do charts where I highlight like all the different color hex plots or payouts on the chart. Like, oh, I'm gonna get so gangster with it. Yeah, you're not even gonna know what the hell hit you. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. All right, hold on. I think I figured out what we gotta do here. Boom. All
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
Yeah. So here we got cumulative change in current stakers, and over this last 144 days, we're 17,000 up, 17,500, even though the price is proverbially in the toilet, which is okay.
17,000 stakers.
Increased over this period of time. That's right.
It's like what's it? 3 months, 4 months.
4 months. Yep. Because 30 times 4 is 120
What
plus
do we
20 days.
have? Like 120,000 stakers now?
Yeah, that's coming up.
This shit is going quicker and quicker, man.
Yeah, where is it?
That's almost a fifth of when we were celebrating.
150 stakers, 150,000 stakers.
We also have to think about it too. Like
What?
people,
Do we have
people already in
100?
the system. Oh, we also have to consider that people already in the system are getting smarter, and there's more tools currently to have more wallets.
Yeah,
Sure.
True.
Sure.
Like with the Trezor and all that stuff, people now knowing that the hardware wallets, you could have as many wallets as you want within the same wallet.
Yep.
Also, like if to think about it, it's an infinite amount of wallets because you decide the 25th, and then it's an infinite amount of wallets within that one wallet. So then it's like, what's infinity of infinity? So it's like we're giving people the chance to create this curve. Also,
That's
so
true.
not to be so like, oh, we're going up. Like I would say the dispersion of liquidity is what's proving to us that it is growing, right? So the fact that there is hex in multiple different types of liquidities and that they're almost around the same thing, like the fact that Hedron has $1 million liquidity, USDC, ETH, that is healthy. That's showing that it's shit's getting healthier, that there's more stuff. So slowly but surely, I feel like the more liquidity that comes in, the more we spread out hex throughout all these liquidities, the harder it's going to get, which intrinsically mean the price is just gonna kaput like ETH did.
It's gonna bust a move
100%.
whether people want it or not. Yeah. I mean, and then just look at what's going on with the T-shares themselves right now. We got 10.2 million T-shares in the system, and the cumulative change over the past 144 days is negative 21,000 T-shares. So we're shedding T-shares.
They have to, because in November, end of November, the first addresses that deployed with the contract, those first 20 something addresses currently have all stakes in November, ending in November. So like right now we're like,
but November, what was this? This is December.
No, end November until like I think it was December 10th. So
this
then
is November.
Weeks, yeah, but it's
This
look
is
at
like
that.
October. You can see it. Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Boom.
You can see it. Like yeah, you can see it.
And it just drops.
I'm gonna have to put dates on this thing on this scale here, because that would have been nice just to clearly
This
see.
is one of
pointed out.
this is one of my favorite charts, dude. This is
crazy because this is all December right here, from like 110 to now is like all December. Then 110 to 80 is all November.
What's day zero though?
Oh, I don't have all the whole. You want to put the whole history? Hold on.
No. What's day zero? Just to know, day zero is what?
Oh, over here.
144 days ago.
144 days ago. It's over here. At
But
the left side.
Well, what is day zero? 100. What is 144 days ago?
What do you mean? In terms of what?
We just took 4 months out of the chart.
Yeah, we just took 4 months of data.
Oh,
and
you
this
took
is
the
what's happening.
past 144
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
I mean, I can look down here at the bottom. That's past
180.
144 days. I
Sorry.
should put that up here. My bad. But yeah, it's just grabbing a slice in time. We're looking at what's happened over the past 144 days. If I grab the whole amount of data, what we're gonna see is just the actual T-share outline, just the whole thing that's happened with the T-share count. It's not gonna be anything different.
So past 44 days, and then what?
144.
That's 120. What is that? 120 or 126? That's 120, huh? I
Where?
can't see it on my screen. It's
Where?
Yeah,
120.
120.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, 120. Okay, so 120, 24 days. Yeah, exactly. That 120 is
Yeah.
like the end of November, and then you just see
This
that shit go
Oh, yeah,
this
boom.
is
there
the
you go.
past. This
Yeah.
is all December right here, actually.
Yeah.
Minus this little bit of time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you
And you
see
see
it in
that,
November. It just
and it
crashes.
drops from all of since. Oh
So
fuck, that's
90
weird.
actually, from day 90 to 100 and to like this end of like 85 to like 115. That's
Was
really
the
all November.
was that massive pump the Hedron, the
This here,
maxi contract?
that no. This was
No,
No,
the pump in
what
T-shares.
80 days ago?
oh yeah, probably maybe.
No, Maxi's older.
No,
No?
Maxi's older than that.
No. I mean,
What? The base
other-
contracts and stuff.
the other stuff. What are Desi?
The other ones.
Oh
Because
right,
Desi did
yeah,
more than
yeah.
Desi did
Yeah,
more than
could
Maxi,
That's
be.
what
right?
those were. That's what those were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when I don't know if Godwell did a recent one, because if you look at that
No,
shit is like
that
one thing, right? That's like
yeah, that
one.
That's
has
like
to
80
be.
days ago. That's 80
So if you
days ago.
cancel that, you should Photoshop that, right? Because we know what that is, right? Photoshop that and drop that.
No, because they're in the system.
I know, but like look at that chart just going down. So like if we look
Oh
back,
yeah, for sure.
140,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, just
Like
look at it like
if
that.
you're looking,
like it's still
you-
going at the same pace, right? Regardless of the because that
Yeah,
big
yeah.
drop,
Yeah,
big
you're right.
drop, because we're going on like a linear trend, right? And then that thing that made it jump up made it look like this is like
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like it would have
Like-
been down here
It
instead
would,
of
you're right,
exactly,
you're
and then we would have had that big drop, which in the system would have
Yeah.
been those first wallets that
Yeah,
have
we'd
like
definitely
10,000
be like
T-shares.
minus what what's this difference? Probably minus 30,000 instead of minus 20,000 T-shares if it wouldn't been for this, because that's 5,000 to 5,000. That's 10,000. So that's 10,000 added up to that, and that'd be minus 31K. I mean, it's wild, bro. The way people are
it's
just
fucking
throwing away
crazy.
money is crazy. I've never seen anything like
It's
this.
insane to me.
Yeah, it's insane.
To think that people just get rid of their T-shirts right now.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It is wild as hell. And people just can't help themselves. They just don't know any better, bro. Hey, what can we do but
Bro,
smile
what I would
and
do for a
nod?
Q share, man.
All we can do is smile and nod, brother. So over the past 144 days, we've increased the current holder count by 9,905 or 9,095. Excuse me, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we got these new wallets, right? So it's a little bit. It's not nothing to ignore.
No, but the fact that it's not negative, well, that's
And you plug in all
hard
these
to do
points
anyway.
yourself, right?
Yeah,
Oh fuck! Yo, I need to try doing that.
should be able to. Yeah, I can't do what you can do, but I can do this all day. Ain't that
No,
funny?
but yeah, I would definitely want to learn how to do that because then I can make my own fucking charts too. Fuck.
Yeah. It's not hard, bro.
Yeah, you need to go to willsuniversity.com and then get Will's only scores.
Too funny.
Is it 499.99 also?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh no,
But-
it's
but-
997. You
But-
seen
but-
that one?
But you
No.
get the value of 10,000.
Yeah, that's the value. The
Like,
value
it's
is
that
infinite.
good. But then just imagine the value just crossed with a red stripe, and then
Hmm.
the actual price that you have to pay.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Isn't
how
it?
it goes.
It's insane. Ooh, Hex at 1.85 cents.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, famous would be cool if more people learn this. This is very cool. This is also like, what the fuck? What other crypto do you have all these fucking data points of? Like none.
None. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I should do like a whole like I'm gonna set up like a whole research company and just play with data and sell that shit because people need it.
You should, dude. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And
You should.
well, here was the
For sure, man.
idea. The idea was to gather up as much information as possible, compare and contrast this so-called DeFi space. Like, how much of it is really DeFi? I would suspect that a lot of it is really not. And by a lot of it, I mean like everything but Hex. So we'll see. I'll get to work on that eventually. Because there's a lot of way, like, if we sit here and look at, like, I could take a specific metric, just a specific strip of code, and show how like, what's a real crypto and what's not. Because if something is a real crypto, a product market fit, and the product market fit part is really just additional, but that's something you want to think of a product that has success or a crypto that's going to find success in the market. How many columns of data can you extract from this network? What does this thing do exactly? And when we look at Hex, bro, I deal with at least 40 columns of data. 40. 40. Not one, not just the price, not just the change in the price, 40 columns of data. Show me another crypto that's giving you 20 data points. That's 40 data points. 40. Period. How crazy is that? Right? I mean, that's insane, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And here we are just talking about them free willy nilly. The rest of the market is dying. Here's Hex just grinding higher while the short minded folk are exiting. I mean, goodbye. We don't need you. And here's a staking length. It's gone up from 6.5 to 6.755 years. And yeah, it's a mix of fiat native stakes with HSIs. But long story short, you don't got to make a 15-year HSI. So the fact that it's going up means people are still staking for longer. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. That Hex is gone. Period. So that's it.
The fact that price is back to a place where the
I
average
actually
stake
have a
length
Whales
was.
OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
Well,
My bad, Marco. Go ahead.
well, if you think about it, the price is back to where it was when the stake length was an average of like 5 or something. 5
Let's
point.
find out. Why
I don't
wait?
know what it was.
Let's see. Where the hell I get the chart from? Hold on.
But it must say something. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And we're going to look at that because that's a great point. That's why I'm taking the time to find where the hell this plot is. It's all the way down here. Where'd it go? Ah, here we go. Okay. Let's go 357. Okay. Oh. Ah, damn it. Make the wrong thing log. Hold on, man. Yeah, I'm annoyed as hell right now. I'm trying my best not to curse.
I'm enjoying chat.
You
Crypto
tried to
game.
use chat.open.ai to write half of that shit?
Ridiculous.
Have you tried?
Nah, I haven't.
Bro, that shit's insane, bro. You should go.
Yeah,
I've
you
been using
should try it.
chat.openai.com, bro. I've been making it right. I have like, I would say 50 pages worth of fucking articles ready to post on for my blog, like pre-written. I'm all worried, bro. I don't need to talk. I'm just gonna have it written. I'm just proofreading them to make sure it doesn't say some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like it could say some bad shit. I'm all worried, but just not stupid like Hex is a scam. Like I wanted to right. Even if it doesn't make sense, as long as there's not something out there that's stupid that makes no sense. Okay. Well, if it's saying like, oh, like I just want to put more content out so like that when shit gets Googled, it's like this shit pops out instead of this stupid idiot saying that Hex is a blockchain.
Right.
Like on Forbes, bro. Hex blockchain is coming out soon.
Look, man, this is
What's his name? One of the guys, Turtle, Hex Turtle. He's been popping up all these articles from people, and he just looks at it and he's like, "Does this sound like an AI or a person?" And he just rereads it to us. And the more we've been playing with the AIs, the more I'm realizing, like, holy fuck, these motherfucking journalists keep fucking using AI. They're not writing shit.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's crazy, but it
Well,
does code. So
it kind of starts to annoy me to the place where the internet's already full shit, but now it's just gonna be
more
even worse,
obvious.
dude.
Yeah, even
So
worse.
now it's crazy, man. I could
It's just
literally
getting
write.
worse. Like I'm stepping away more and more from this shit because it just gets more ridiculous every single day.
It's not even real AI though. That's the best part. It's not even real AI. It's like create me a detailed outline about a YouTube video, and then it just gives you the detailed outline of how a
Mhm.
YouTube video should be. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. You know, like make me a 12-day
That's
routine
interesting.
workout routine. Yeah, honestly, Wells, go play around with it. I've been playing around with it.
That's
Like I
true.
used it, not joking with you. I said, draft me. I wrote create. What did I write? No, I said write me a contract for Airbnb rentals in Portuguese. Boom. Gave me a whole fucking thing. Done.
Wow.
I was
that's
I
dope.
was like, wow, this is crazy. I just need to go see the lawyer and be like, hey, this is valid. You guys like, yeah, perfect. Thank
Probably
you.
tweak, make some edits. Like, yo, thank God this motherfucker did most of our work. Charge them for the same rate.
Yep.
Pretty much, man.
For sure. And it's done though. You know, so that's what I would consider an aspect of meeting your lawyer halfway. Because look, they got to do the work anyway. You might as well help them because you're the one that needs it, even though you're paying for it. Yo, if this works, here's some help. Bye.
Oh no, the bad part is that the law is that because it's not my law, I need the lawyer. But if it's the Canadian law, I'm perfect. I got a lawyer upstairs. So it's like I don't even need to pay for that shit. But when I go to Europe, I need to pay because
Ball
I
game.
don't know what it is. So
Yeah, it's a
as
different-
I'm learning, I'm like, okay, but it's even more complicated because fucking
That's the
Europe.
process, man. I mean,
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful
know,
though. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
that's the way it works out here in the real world. You know, people think that everything is in a textbook, and unfortunately, it's really not. And this is coming from a person that read all manner of books growing up, and you know, it means nothing. Just deal with it. So if you look at the left hand scale, left hand side, you'll see that the scale goes from like 4.75 to 6.75, which is currently where we're at. And at this time, after Big Payday, right when we were at this price, 2 cents, 1.8 cents, we were at 5.5, just like Marco will remember. That's the pink dot.
Yeah, so we're pretty much at the same place, but then one
What's the pink?
t-shirts.
Average staking length.
Oh,
It's a little
yeah.
label up here, a little legend.
Oh yeah. Because I'm on the little screen. Hey, you know what? Let me move this.
So right
Let me
now the
move this to
average
my bigger
stake
screen.
length is 6.75 years, and the price is back at the same place where the stake length was 5.5 years. So we're
Correct.
more than 1 year average stake length more valuable. Like the system has become way more valuable with more participants, by the way. So it's like it's magnitudes more valuable now. It's just
I
the
think
price is the same.
you need to
Yeah.
change that past 144 days though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just doing it to show it now, right?
Just to show the data.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
You good? You good? It's all good.
Oh, that's dope, bro. So you could just, bro. How many charts did you make?
I don't even know, bro. I just
Thousands,
whip them
dude.
up all fucking day. It's crazy.
And you take what you take all the points from like what stack is the daily stats.
Yeah, I just use their API.
Famous, you don't understand. You use AI, I use whales. I just say to whales, give me a chart that shows me how valuable the system is, and he comes up with this. And I just
And then he
press
doesn't stop.
and I press enter
That's not gonna lie,
time
that's
and time
useful.
again. He
That's
keeps on.
useful. You don't even need to be connected to online, man.
No.
Nah, nope. I mean, if I can pull a CSV, I'm done. You know, I don't really need to be online at all. I just type it up because I do all this stuff in VS Code. I was using Jupyter Notebook, but now I'm just using VS Code with a Jupyter Notebook hookup. So I guess if I can't tag on to the internet with the kernel, right? Like use a Jupyter Notebook kernel to check my code 1 block at a time or however I want to check it. Then I'll just revert back to doing it in whatever other terminal I got to use. But, you got to just learn. And, the one thing is I never thought I was going to learn how to do this shit, but here I am. I'm whipping them out. So, and it just goes to show, and you guys have heard, if you've been listening to me for a while, you've heard me say, I'm never going to bother with this. But here I am. So,
And then he got bored because of bear market.
yeah, pretty much. The bear market definitely helped. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's when you start to take shit serious and you just start building.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I don't know what the outcome's gonna be, but there'll be something going on.
It's always better than not doing it.
Yeah. So check this out. This is the stakers that are no longer with us chart. We lost 31,800
You
stakers.
should put RIP somewhere there.
Oh, what?
Somewhere. RIP, like rest in peace.
Oh, R.I.P. I'm gonna see if I can put like a little cross on top of that too. Too funny, yo, because it's true. That I mean, what's interesting is that when you look at this chart, and then where's the other chart I just made? Where the fuck it go? No, where'd it go? Did I? No, oh, I never opened it over here. So annoying. All right, so when you look at this chart, right? Look at this chart. You see that they're in the same period of time because it's the same. These charts both cover the same time frame. Sorry. Oh wait, wrong chart. This one. So this is current stakers on the right hand side. We're at 148,000 now. Okay. Now let's see what day it was or what day it was around that the other chart was. Where is it? Why I keep losing it? No, where the hell did it go? I just had it. Is this it? No. All right, this thing is just gonna keep hiding from me. So annoying. All right, sorry, because this is not a presentation thing. But we go back to when was it? 5.5 around day 200, around day 175, basically. Right. This is when we were right back at this price point. I mean, price might stop going down after 1.7. I mean, we'll see. Because again, it's like I was saying earlier, TA don't really work here. Because while it'll look like, oh, it's hitting support, blah, blah, blah. Somebody can just come in and sell some more. Then what?
Yeah, like we keep on saying shit, but like.
Well, check this out. Back in the day, we weren't even at 20,000 stakers around day 200. How about that?
Wait, day 200. Why?
200 days after. I'm sorry.
Oh, big payday.
This is big payday. This is day 200. I forgot that this chart wasn't after big payday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Pay attention, Wells. Come on.
Yeah, I'm slacking. Hold on. Let me.
No, that's why I'm here.
It's okay. Somebody gotta keep me in check. Too busy to talk shit. Or too quick to talk shit. Hold on. Why I keep losing this chart? This chart really keeps hiding from me, man. This is really starting to get annoying. All right. So this is 200 days after big payday. That's all I wanted to see. So 200 days after big payday, or 175 days after big payday.
Wait, what?
175 days after big payday. How many stakers did we have? 30,000, 25,000 stakers. So now we have
stakers.
Yeah. Now we have
5 times more. No.
3 times more. 4 times more.
No, 20,000 stakers. Now you have 150.
Let's see.
So
5 times more. 5 times more. 5 times more. It's 5.5 really, but I'm not doing precise math. But this is the number of more stakers that are in the system or addresses that are staked. That's the point. That's the point. So imagine what the rebound is going to look like. Because this is just physics. And human psychology is determining the motion in the ocean. That's it. Nothing else. Right? I mean, this is it. It's important that people understand that because that's just how prices move. I explained for a long time that Hex was going to go sideways, or I explained a long time ago after Hex hit 2.8 cents or 2 cents or whatever price it was in June, that Hex was just going to go sideways. And it did that. It just went sideways. And now, thank you for the super chat, brother, or the super sticker. But now, what you're seeing now is that capitulation move. These are the people that don't understand these data points that we're giving you and discussing. How many people actually know this, basically 6 times more stakers in the system than there was at the last time this price was here? I mean, I'm pretty sure not many people have discussed
Well,
that.
and if you so let's say that what Famous said, a lot of people have more wallets now. So let's say you have like only 3 times more now, right?
Hmm.
What was it again about the value of a network? If it goes up like 3x and it goes up,
It grows proportionally. It's a function of a square. So
yeah,
what that
exactly.
means is it grows at a rate of 2 to the n
What was the name of that law again?
of the what?
There's a name for it, right? For
Log
the
base
con.
2.
No, for the value of a network when it grows in users.
Metcalfe's law. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, it's Metcalfe's law. Because my first video, I got it
Yeah.
wrong by calling it Murphy's law.
Ah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. That's how I
That name
remember
doesn't
it.
really matter as long as we know the thing.
Correct. But this is
Yeah,
the whole point, right?
value of
Like,
a communication network is proportional to n squared.
yep.
So,
So, I mean,
so
the
it's
math
like
speaks
3
for itself,
squared.
bro.
It's 9 times,
Yeah, the math
right?
speaks for itself. I mean, and here's the thing.
So fair
It's not
value would be
just
at least 9 times higher than that. So 18
this.
cents.
This is the important thing I want to stress. The wallets are great, but this is the metric that matters the most.
Stakers.
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
is why we can get away with it. This is the whole reason. This is the value proposition. Otherwise, what are we doing? This is what we're talking. This is why we're talking about the stakers.
Yeah, exactly. And so you see that stakers stake longer. So that's even better than the squared, basically.
Correct.
So if you would only look at this, fair value would be way above 10 cents per hex, but it's not.
No, it is not.
If we only look at what the users are giving the system value, like that's pretty strong.
Yeah,
While
well, I mean,
also t-shirts are going down, while price is going down, but length is going up. It's just everything is just speaking the facts like, yo, it's kind of dumb to sell now, I guess.
basically, yeah. But you
Like,
got to be looking at everything, though. That's the thing. A lot of people aren't looking at anything.
yeah, for sure, but it's just, man,
It's crazy, right?
yeah.
It's
And then
very crazy.
that makes you really just wonder, like, what the fuck is, like, yeah.
Yeah, some people are just not
But
paying
then it's
attention.
just a matter of time, right? Like, is the price going down is not people like it's not the majority of people in the system saying this thing is worthless. It's a minority of the people with that happen to have big bags that say, okay, I'm out. Right? Because you constantly see it in the Staker app as well.
Yep,
You always have more purchases than sales,
you do.
which is
But
fair enough because you sell probably bigger amounts than what you buy because DCAs, I guess. But
I mean, but why are we looking at
still,
that? Why are we looking at that? That's the whole point. Right? Why are we looking at that? We're looking at that because that matters.
yeah.
If it didn't matter, we wouldn't look at it. And that's the whole point. Like these underlying metrics, they're significantly relevant. Significantly relevant. We're
This is
not.
literally what the fucking system does. Like this is what you invest in. Like
Yeah.
And then man.
So check this out. Um, this is actually pretty sick. So from big payday to now, 600,000 t-shirts gone. Pretty
What?
bullish. Yeah,
No.
600,000. Yes. Yep.
60,000.
No.
Oh, what? Dun dun dun.
There's the comma. That's the comma spot. Or
How
if you're
many?
European, the dot spot. The
Yeah.
spot spot.
How many t-shirts are total in the system?
Right now, 10,000 or 10 million
10
200.
million.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's right.
Oh wait, that's so it's not past 144 days. It's the since
Yeah,
big payday.
that's wrong. Yeah.
Since big payday it is, right?
Yep,
So
correct.
since big payday, we have 600,000 t-shirts less.
Correct.
And what we learned is it's going to be quicker and quicker as time goes on. So you already have, what was it again? 10 million? 10.2 million?
10.2 million. Correct.
Dude, that's almost 6%.
Yep.
Huh. So
Crazy, yeah.
6% in about 2 years because it's since big payday.
Hmm.
So it's 3% a year and it's going quicker.
I mean, it's fallen off a cliff lately.
Like,
I mean, since the top is just, phew, and it's great for us because we earn more. Those of
yeah.
us at the stake keep winning. We don't lose.
Dude, if you put that at 15 years, like let's just say it's linear. Let's just say it's 3% a year. Then you're at 45% less T shares.
Hmm. Yep. And that's just getting started. You don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, what happens if this adoption thing really does happen?
Dude, that doesn't say you get 45% more hex per T share. That says you get 45% more weight in the system.
Right.
That's a completely different thing, and it's damn.
Amazing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's insane.
And people complain. Yeah, that's interesting.
You only have to look at these fucking data points. Like this is the only truth that's there. Like this is what the system did.
That's a 5.5%
And
change. That's crazy.
if you look at uh the data like this, then price going down is actually making it more bullish
Yep.
because even though price is going down, system is doing fucking great.
It's doing what it's supposed to do. And that's the thing that's hard for people to wrap their heads around but that's mainly because they don't understand the system. Like, if you don't get this
Yeah,
chart,
or a data analysis for that matter.
well,
Yes.
yeah. So if you're going to be in crypto, you got to learn how to look at charts. You got to understand data. Like, I shouldn't tell you this is an x-axis. This is time, usually. And this is a y-axis, which denotes the values that we're discussing with respect to what we're looking at. What's the data point? Right side is another data point that we're looking at, what the y value is. That's why I label them up here as such. So the 25,374 is the current T-share rate, and this is the most recent change in hex to hex. Not much of a change in the T-share rate, but it's a change nonetheless, because now you got to pay that much more hex to get that T-share. Now, if you're staking it for the max, right, you just divide this number by 3. So this is just short-term T-share rate. The longer you stake, the cheaper. And the further out you go to the maximum point in time is divided by 3. But these are the things that are important to understand, guys. This chart really underpins like what you need to comprehend about what's going on here. Because this system is more robust than ever. So these price dips, these sales that you're seeing, they'll be taken advantage of, because at the end of the day, do you want to wonder what if? or do you want to take action? I mean, and this is a decision you have to make, but I mean, it's not often that we see HEX at these levels. You know, it's just not. So you got to really sit here and think about what your game plan is. Because if we're in a bear market, right? Like, you're not about to just whip up a win of some sort where, you know, you are about to just, you know, make 100,000 off of 1,000. Like, that's not what's going on today. It's just not. And you got to be okay with that for now. But in the meanwhile, position yourself for a long-term win, because those always pan out. That's the whole point of HEX. I mean, look at this. The last time we were at this price, I mean, there was a lot more T-shares in the system. So you got a cheaper T-share price. Where is it? Where did I put that T-share price? This is where it's at. $512 for a T-share. Woof. Remember when it was 9,000, 10,000 a T-shirt? Good old days. Good old days. Things that people forget.
It's what I'm teaching most people that I talk to as well. It's not about necessarily the gains that you see. It's more about the positioning that you take.
Right.
And especially in the bear market, it's the perfect time to do that. Like we did it. Now everyone else can do it as well again.
Correct.
It's all about positioning, and now is the time to do it, basically.
Yep.
You can wait to go down further. I mean,
sure.
I don't know. Probably will. I don't know. We'll see.
We don't know.
Long, I guess.
But this is why dollar cost averaging is the best strategy. You don't have to know.
Yeah, exactly. And positioning, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you dollar cost average because you're building a position. You know, that's the whole objective of dollar cost averaging. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I first started streaming, I never thought I would have to like talk about that, because I thought that was like obvious, because we're all most of us are talking long term here. Like, I don't really fuck with people that be on that short term trading shit. I don't need to talk about that. For what?
Exactly.
That clearly yields no benefit. I mean, if it did, we'd all be doing it and we wouldn't be talking about getting rich still. We'd just be rich already. So wake up.
Yep.
Learn the data, learn the math, folks. And I think that's good enough with a nice 3-hour stream. What you guys think?
I need to sleep.
Well, thank you for having me on, bro. I feel honored, man. Shit, man. What a year of things people could do. To be honest,
man,
I used to watch this a year ago, and like, thank you so much.
This guy.
I appreciate it. No, I really do, bro, because it shows that like I try hard, bro, and like thank you guys for having me on. It was a wonderful sharing the stage with you guys. We're definitely gonna do more.
Always welcome, sir.
Sure, bro. You're always welcome. Here's the thing: I've always said it's open to anybody that wants to come on. So I don't be going out of my way to like, you know, invite people. I just assume people don't want to come on because I say it. I don't know if people think I'm joking or something.
I feel happy, bro. You invited me, so I'm like, I'm
that's
good, man.
up,
I definitely was gonna show up. So thank you so much, guys. It was awesome.
My pleasure, man.
And good luck with those fucking, bro. If you need any help with like, I don't know, I don't think you need because you're coding it, but if you need anything else, let me know, man.
Sure thing, bro. I appreciate that. And you know, the whole point about all this is that we're all here to help each other, and we're all here to win. You know, nobody wants to lose. Only people that want to be divisive and ignore facts want to lose. And that's something I think people really need to take to heart, because we see that people that are out here being divisive, we don't need that. We need people towing the line of freedom. That's the only line we need to be towing. Anything else is uncivilized. And with that, peace out.
Goodbye.
Right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest. Yep. That's it. Yep. That's the secret. The guy well told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. Shit, motherfuckers still acting like they don't know. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Trust
that.
us. 100% safe. There's plenty of games left.
Valiant done told you. Yo, everybody said it. I mean, hey, you know what it is, man? Everybody done told you. Y'all deep. Everybody.